Hey everybody, it's Lee, and this is Let Us Say It For You.
Big Mike getting his O's.
Haitian Poppy.
And we got Haitian Poppy. He's back in the building because he's in town and he's still here. So we're going to make these episodes. So I want to ask you guys how you've been doing, but she just told me not too long ago. But everybody who's, we're going to do a shot for the sake of doing it.
I still have some, so
poor
a micro shot.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Cheers. Cheers to the episode.
Back table talk. Somebody called me to go to the strip club. Oh, because they know they're reopening KOD tonight. Yeah, it's at a different spot though.
No, where?
Somewhere in Miami. I think it used to. It's
Queen of Diamonds. Cause they close Queen of Diamonds, or Queen of Diamonds still going on?
I'm about to tell you. I think
that's awesome.
Let me see.
I knew it had to be a revenue thing. They probably got shut up too many times.
It was. I think the other one. You know the funny thing is, I've never
heard of a bad scandal at KOD.
But KOD.
I went to KOD.
You've never been to KOD?
I love KOD.
KOD is a good time.
I hate the bouncers. They're all very rude and disrespectful. Like they just got all
the. Talking about the Office? Did you?
No. I'm talking about KOD. They're all very rude and like pushy, but to me the strippers is very impressive. And because the ceiling was so fucking high, they went like. I'm looking like
it's scary.
How does this bitch do this?
It's
and then
scary
she just falls at the speed of light and then drops right before she like shatters her fucking kneecaps and then starts like just twerking in a circle and just it's amazing. It's I'd have been to all the other ones. Like shout out to Vegas because it's close. We like Vegas, but the ceiling's not that high. Yeah,
the old Vegas.
I've never been to Tootsie's. I've only been to the Office, KOD, and Vegas. I've never been to like five
times this week.
Seafood, rice, and lobster.
Yo. I heard. When the last time you had it?
Dead last year.
I had it for the first time this week, and I'm like, it was still good, but everybody that was with,
you were not impressed.
The old one was even better. They said it changed.
It's probably healthier now.
Maybe the hype of that, because I know it was
and
like a personal like. Everybody who goes there gets the fried lobster seafood rice, so they probably dumbed down a lot of it to make it like stretch.
It was still good. But
I mean, I'm
it was
sure.
Just like the people I was with, they were like,
I need to go.
Let's go tonight.
Let's go
tonight.
Tomorrow. Whichever.
We can do it after your class.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, it's fine.
All right. Anyway,
we'll find it out.
All right. So that was the equivalent of me asking you guys how your days have been because they're all alive. Well, Michael looks great. Carlem is healthy. He's sipping on his Hennessy. His hen dog. All right. So on the last episode, I was trying to make it like a hot topics type of episode, and then we started with Omari and Fizz in April, and then we just trailed off on life. But I honestly really love when those things happen. So great episode. Hope you guys listened to it before this because if you didn't, you're out of order. Anyway. All right. So this topic is toxic parents. Now. Clearly, neither one of you have probably seen the show. I only saw it on YouTube. I
saw it a couple of times I saw clips on
YouTube of it,
and Instagram.
So, Black China has a show called like Real Black China or The Real Black China, something like that. And her mom is like Tokyo. Now, I don't know much about Black China. Black China is like Tiger's baby mom. She had a baby with Rob Kardashian. She has 2 kids now. She used to be a stripper. Now she's like a mogul entrepreneur.
Big stripper too. She was out when Tip Drill was out.
Right, she's a big deal stripper. Pretty girl, and she has her beautiful babies, and blah blah. So anyway, her and my mom have like the most ridiculous back and forths recently, and then I saw 3 episodes of her show on YouTube. It was playing. That they're like it's with the Zeus network and you have to pay for a subscription, but they provided the first 3 episodes for free just for you to see them. So I watched all 3. I listened to all 3. I was at work. I was working on something and I had it playing in the background, and it was just like the craziest back and forth I've ever seen in my life. As someone who has it's crazy. Like one line her mom said, she was like, "You're supposed to always respect your mother. I don't give a fuck if your mama sold your pussy to an army. Right. You better respect your mama." I was like, I literally went into the group chat. I was like, Terry,
her mother.
Let me tell you what the fuck Black China mama just said. He was like, she's sick. That's crazy to me, right?
It's disgusting.
Yeah, but from what everyone around Black China said, they're both the same exact way. Now, Black China is probably better at it would imply, based on what they're saying, they're implying that Blac Chyna is better at hiding her
wholeness,
not her wholeness, but the toxicity. That because they're saying that she's the same way. They're both hotheads. They're both whatever. Okay, yeah, and they're like, okay, Chyna, if your mama said that, what did you say to get her amped up? I didn't say nothing. I was like, I know how Chyna is. She probably said this. She probably said that. Whatever. So the topic of just like toxic parenting or toxic parents is just like, she seems to be trying to ease away from that, and she even said multiple times, I'm gonna break the cycle. Like right. This is why you don't see your grandkids, because your ass is like,
yeah, exactly.
And it's like, okay, I don't even know. I don't know how to gauge it, because I guess I don't have that situation. I don't know what it. I would think if I came up on a whole bunch of money, my mom would be straight. Chyna is saying her mom is straight. I done bought this lady a brand new car. She got somewhere to say Chyna mom is saying no, bitch, and it's literally bitch every time. No, bitch, you don't do shit for me, bitch. Fuck and that bitch. Right. So it's but that's the thing. Everyone around Chyna though, they're not saying she doesn't. They're just saying, I know how Chyna is. She could be egging this shit on. Like they're saying that Chyna could be doing it.
Her mouth is reckless. Okay, cool. But I honestly do feel like there's some trauma going on there from Chyna's childhood.
Chyna said her mom was never there. She said her mom put all her husbands before her. Saying. She'd been married a couple times.
If that's the case, I resent you. Yes. And it's fuck you now. Because now that I'm paid, now that I'm on, however I got on, I'm here. And you're trying to come in my life trying to still carry this bullshit on like you made me. Bitch, you didn't make me.
The vibe I got from it was, what? Chyna's just like, okay, look, my nigga, you was a trash ass mom, in my opinion. So you put all your husband before me, but I'm still going to look out for you anyway because you're my mama. But then her mom wants her to do above and beyond type shit. Like,
no, you don't deserve that.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, you better have respect for me because I'm your mama.
No, I'm straight.
And Chyna's like, look, lady, like, no. I'm doing what I'm doing for you because you're my mom. I get it, but you want me to do all this extra shit when you don't deserve this extra shit. I'm still trying to look out, but you didn't put me before all these niggas you was married to. So then it's just like a nasty dynamic between the two of them, because and then I don't even know if like her mom, the way her mom acts sometimes, I don't know if she's like drunk or if she's high.
So my thing is, like I said, I think it's just unhealthy, toxic relationship. That's it. It's unhealthy and it's toxic. And the way that we talk to each other, it stems from, I think, obviously self-hate, but also lack of relationship building. You don't know how to build a relationship with your mother. You don't know how with your adult daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like the dynamic changes. And I feel like with some parents, they don't know how to go with the change. You no longer can talk to your 8-year-old how you talk to a 16-year-old. You no longer can talk to a 60-year-old how you talk to a 21-year-old. Like, they are progressing in life no matter if they're a kid or not. Like, no matter if they're young or not, if you have rule over whatever they choose to do, at the end of the day, this is a grown woman.
Right.
And she has children and she has a career, regardless of how she got it. She got it. And she has money more than you. And so my thing is, I think it's resent. I resent you from all those years where you picked me, where you picked somebody else
your
over
husband,
me.
because she's been married like 3 or 4 times.
Right. And how many stories do we know about that? How many mothers choose their man over their children? It's disgusting to me. Like, I hate it.
And to me that's a shout out to Chyna. No, because she even mentioned that in some type of way. Like, I don't really care how I came up, but I came up, and it's like I'm not going back to the shit you got me going back to. And they even had a therapy session on one of the episodes I saw. It's only the first 3, so I don't know what took place for the other like 7 or whatever, but. They went to a therapy session, and so Blac Chyna's mom is sitting there, and she was civil with the man, and she was talking, but it's one of those things where the therapist is telling her, this is her experience. You can't tell Chyna how to feel about what the fuck you've done to her. Right? True. You got to let her do that. She's like, but I didn't even do her like that.
Yeah, she did.
And he was just like, I hear what you're saying, but this is her experience. It's not for you to tell her. You just got to listen to it and accept it. I get that you have a different view, but what she's telling you is her view. You got to just eat that shit. And a lot of people listen to reply. They don't listen to understand, right? Yeah. So listen to understand what the fuck your kid is saying, and then see how to build it from there, instead of sitting here trying to combat everything she says. So and then she said a whole bunch of contradicting things on one of the episodes I saw, where it's just like, okay, her mama got to be on some shit. She was just like, I paid for you to go to school. Chyna said, you never paid for me to go to school. Yes, I did. She's like, Mom, you've never paid any money for me to go to school. When I paid, I went for those 2 years myself. She was like, so what the fuck did I sign then? She was like, you signed Like the whole dependent thing, because I was underage or whatever, but you never paid for me to go to school, Literally a minute and a half in the conversation, she was like, but now you sit here saying you paid for my school. I never said I paid for your school.
Wow.
But
that would drive me like,
so listen to me,
up the wall, guys.
Listen to me. So like, I feel like with the art of arguing, right, the art of communication, it gets lost because now I just want to be right.
Yeah.
Now
I'm listening to reply. I'm not listening to understand.
I just want to be the aggressor. I just want to be the person who is over the conversation, who has control of it. So if I say what I need to say to make myself feel blah, 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 then everything else should fall in line. But not if people are really listening. Because when people are arguing, nobody's really listening. Because you can't wait to get your argument. You can't wait to get your point of view.
Because you either cutting somebody off or you just holding on to that one thing he said. Finna light this motherfucker.
So you cannot wait. So you bobbing and weaving.
Right. Like, okay.
You ain't listening, but your head is going. And the moment you start talking, you literally
go back to that.
The same shit you said 4 hours ago.
So she said that, and China was like, are you serious? She was just like, I never said I paid for your school. Yes, and for us listening, I'm sure that argument might have been 10, 15 minutes. Yeah. For us watching it as the viewers, it was a minute and a half later. If even. I never said I paid for your school. And she's like, I never fucking said I paid for your school.
It's so disgusting.
And I was just like, damn.
If I'm arguing with somebody like that, at that point, it's over.
For me.
We're not getting nowhere.
And she did too. She did too.
Her mother gets physical with her. She gets in her face. Like, I cannot.
Yes, she did too.
Right
then, that would have been confirmation for me. Okay, this is irrelevant. This is conversation pointless.
Can't.
And then China was like, all right, mom, whatever. Okay. What else? And then even before that, they're in the house and her mom comes in so defensive. And I never want to discredit what the mom might be feeling because everybody has their feelings. You get what I'm saying? But China did seem very receptive to whatever the fuck they were going to do. And then the mom is like right here.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you? And how you treat people? And from listening to people on reality shows talk about reality shows, they say the editing is everything. Like, it may look like a bitch just blew up on you, but this shit was fucking 40 minutes recording. And they just cut out everything else and put this. But China's sitting there being calm, and then it's just like, man, you lucky, rock your shit. This is the infamous, well, rock it then. It was hilarious.
How old's the mom?
The mom had her when she was
45.
Yeah, the mom had her when she was
43.
young. Her mom had her when she was young. So, and China's, I think, younger than us.
That's the issue sometimes, and I feel like our generation is gonna get even a lot more than that.
Yeah,
I think we're okay.
Like, I mean, our generation, as in when we get parents, or like when we become parents.
Yeah.
Because that's the new wave now. Find a young scammer and just.
I did not know that's the wave. Is that what I need to be out here doing with my box? Fucking scammers.
I mean, that's what you want to do,
right?
Bruh,
but I mean, I see it as a wave, and then you have, people that like I had
scammer
kids
babies,
young, and you had kids young, and at the time I felt like it was the right thing. I don't regret it, but mentally, I wouldn't tell if somebody was to come to me. Like, I have a lot of my younger friends that be like, yeah, I want to have a jit. Like,
when did you have your first daughter?
2021.
I was 22 when I had Mia, and it was nothing for me. Like, because my thing is, I was very big on I'm fucking. Mm-hmm. So if I'm out here fucking, whatever happened. Now, if I was like 16, 17, I could see the nervousness there. But I was 22. I was like, all right, well, you've been fucking, and this is what happens when you fuck. This is the whole point of it. All that sex and orgasms is a good time, but the point of fucking is to procreate. So you're doing it, and you've done it. Now what are you guys going to do? Well, now we're going to have a baby. And it was nothing for me, but I definitely know a lot of people where it's just like, I'm not prepared for this. And I have a friend that just recently told me how, like, her and her boyfriend are... they're not necessarily trying, but they're not stopping either.
Right.
And then she was like, she took a pregnancy test, like, when I saw her last week, so she took a pregnancy test like a couple days before that, and she was like, she wasn't pregnant. And she was like, I was honestly kind of sad, and I was just like, okay, why?
How old was she?
She's 27.
That's not a bad age.
It's not that it's a bad age. I think he is a weird nigga, and that's my problem with it. Like, he just flipped out on her not too long ago about some shit he heard from some other nigga and some weird shit that wasn't even true. So you fold very easily, and you want me to make a human with you, and I was like, we don't trust him yet, sis. We need a little more time, like, because we need to you're gonna be pregnant, fucking 6 months pregnant. He hears some shit that you probably did in fucking high school, and now it's getting his feelings. Like, I don't like niggas like that.
That's not okay.
And the same thing we just talked about in the last episode. Know who who you're dealing with, know who you're dating. So to me,
you know her history.
Yeah, you know what she's been and what
for.
she's done. Nothing. You didn't sign up for a stay at the home, mouse in the church house type of bitch. So why are you sitting here so shocked? Because the nigga lied and said he fucked with her. He didn't. And we trying to have his baby because I was like, don't rush it. Let that shit ride. Give him some more time. Let's finish out the year. Let's give him till mid next year. Let's see if he acting right. And then my thing is, while I'm not super into the whole traditional marriage thing, the only reason why traditional marriage throws me off is because
Paperwork.
I want a prenup, and if you're not down to sign a prenup, then we're gonna have to find some other type of rigged system in order to get married. But that's the only way. Well, this is why I'm not married.
Why not, bro?
You know, the funny thing is,
this is why we're not getting married, Carl.
I had a conversation with somebody about that. Somebody was talking to me like, I'll sign it, but it all depends on
the terms.
How much?
Like, what?
No, how much assets they actually have.
Why do you? Why does it matter? It's not yours.
It's a risk.
Why does it matter? It's not yours.
No, but
I'm just saying.
This is the thing. Like, let's just say I'm marrying somebody, and I'm coming into the wedding. I mean, into the marriage, and your overall net worth is, let's just say, like $25,000. Okay. Sis, you have to. That's a dice you have to roll. Yeah. I'm not doing it.
You're not doing what?
I'm not signing it.
Why?
Why not?
Because that's a risk you're gonna have to take.
So she ain't worth. That's what I'm saying. Like, she's not worth shit to enroll. Like, what?
No, it's a risk. It's not a big enough risk that I feel like all that is necessary. Now,
so
if
you
I'm
don't
coming
think
into
she's
something,
you don't know what she can invent in the next 5 years. This bitch may be
a
billionaire.
If we're married, if we're married, it doesn't matter. What's made while we're married, it's still ours.
Not if I put in the prenup that it's not.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
See, and to me,
I thought about doing that for. I'm like, listen, my shit's already lying. I know what I'm gonna.
But
so
that's what I'm saying.
So for me, that's the point with the prenup. Mm-hmm. You know, with the prenup, I want to make very clear stipulations. Whatever we joint do together, we buy a house together. Mm-hmm. That God forbid, we break up. That we got to sell that bitch, or if you agree, like whatever the fuck. But we got to figure that out. If I work at my job and I've made all this money and I'm saying whatever I do in mine is mine and you get none of this shit, that's what the fuck's going to be in the prenup. If we can't sign little shit like that to say what's mine is mine, what's yours is yours, God forbid this goes wrong, and anything we buy together like a house or if we start a company together or whatever, otherwise, no. With people who don't sign prenups, or even they do, because some people, like I think Michael Jordan has some. I forgot the stipulations of his, but I heard about it and it was hilarious.
I liked his because if I would have had money, I would have did it like that.
Because it was like if they have a kid or some shit like that, yeah. And then with Janet Jackson, she got a bazillion something dollars if she stayed with a nigga for 5 years. She stayed for like 5 years in a week.
I think the same thing was like
she cleared it.
She cleared it.
Spielberg. But that's why they messed
up. I hate
him. For 5.
That's weird.
Like 5 years would be at the bare minimum.
But for
15, me, you could have.
For me, in their situation, this is a prime. This is a clear example of my money is not your money. If I'm married to you, you got a bazillion dollars. I'm pretty sure if I can't come, just ask you for some money. I'ma finesse some money. I'm gonna get some money out of you in some way, somehow. You're my husband and you got a bazillion fucking dollars. Yeah. If you make me sign a prenup saying, because to me that would more so imply that you're not just with me for the money. Because if I marry you and then we get divorced, you gotta give me half of your shit if we don't have anything in place, depending on the state you're in. Mm-hmm. So it's like, if we sign a prenup and say what's mine is mine, what's yours is yours, and that's it, I would just be getting money out of you over the years anyway. Like, let me just get $10,000. He don't need this. He got $6 billion. Shit. Yeah, I'm gonna buy a refrigerator for 10 stacks or whatever the fuck. But anyway, to go all the way back, we super digress. Toxic parents. If anybody does have toxic relationships like this, the best advice I can give for that, because this is not my experience, but the one thing China did that I can relate to, or not relate, but that I can respect, is that her thing is, my kids are not gonna see this. This is not gonna be my kid's situation. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna do my kids like this. And if you watch it in certain situations, China does seem really fucking hurt. Like, this is shit I be talking about. And so China literally said on one episode, she's like, this is why I'm like this. She's like, this is why when people say crazy shit about me. And think about it, like, China has been dragged through social media all the time. She a hoe. She didn't fuck Rob for this. She a stripper. She whatever the fuck everyone said about her. She's like, this is why when people say shit about me, I don't even care. Because you done did so much fucked up shit. You got me so numb to fucked up things that I don't give a fuck what nobody say about me. I don't give a fuck what people do to me because I done grew up with you. So it's just like, that did make her tougher. If you ask me, that's the benefit. But at the same time, sis is kind of, this is the dynamic of who she is now. I think.
They're sick.
Yeah.
They need.
It's toxic. And then I feel like her mom needs help in some type of way. And what somebody on the show said, which is her old assistant, he was like, they need therapy session that's not on the show.
Yeah.
That with no cameras involved. They need some real deal sit down, talk to a therapist type thing. Mm-hmm. And China, from what I got from it, she has while she's a lot more chill and she's not explosive like her mom was. She seems very defensive and stuff. Like, let's say Mike, if she said she had sex for the first time with a guy that was like way, way, way older than her, and so the therapist was like, "That's essentially rape, like it's molestation. You understand that, right?" And she was just like, "I mean, I wanted it." He was like, "I understand that," and he was like, "And that's kind of, in most cases, that's what they get you to feel like you want it, and maybe you do. Not saying you don't, but whatever." Mm-hmm. And so he's acting okay. Well, how did that make you feel? And she was like, "Can y'all fix this microphone?" And he's like, all right, so how did that make you feel? Let me get my brush. Let me fix my hair. Like, she was just doing this, and she just kept avoiding the question. And to me, that is also it's clearly deflection, but
and that's a heavy topic. But
right,
but like I said,
she does that with anything she just doesn't feel like talking about.
I feel like a lot of that obviously has to do with the way that they communicate, and they have horrible communication skills with each other. And that's kind of how it is with a lot of. Just
yeah. So if anyone has that situation, I'm hoping for the best for you guys. Just try to push through, and for people with kids, just be very mindful of the situation. Anything that happened to you that you did not like, maybe you don't even recognize it, but try to be more conscious of if you're doing it to your kids unintentionally.
Yeah, my mom says you have to forgive the person who did something wrong to you before you move forward. And you don't have to forget anything. Yeah. You just have to forgive them so that you don't repeat the same offense.
Right, because you may fuck around and do it to your kids.
You're trying so hard not to be this person, you end up being
that person.
So
beautiful. Beautifully said. All right, next topic. This one is a little touchy. We could just do a quick summary. I just need everyone's opinions on it. I think we all agree. George Zimmerman, the man that murdered Trayvon Martins however many years ago. It was announced yesterday that this man is suing Trayvon Martin's parents for $100 million for defamation of character.
Won't work. And if this shit works,
you can sue anybody for anything, so he can sue them. I'm sure
it's not going to.
And the reason why, but it can work. He can sue them. Now, I'm not saying
he'll defamation of character. Yes, not that
he can sue them defamation. Of
he
character.
Can do whatever he wants to, but it's not going to work. That's what I'm just saying. It's not going to work.
Here's the defamation part. So the defamation part is he killed Trayvon Martin and got away with it. So at this point, they are accusing him of something he didn't do. They're saying that he killed their kid because he's racist or whatever the fuck. Right. But the courts found him not guilty. So as far as the courts are concerned, he didn't do what they're accusing him of. But now we all call him a racist piece of shit. Yeah. And there's defamation of character. So there is. Now, I would like to believe that all the humans in the world everywhere, whoever the fuck what are the people that determine it? What's it called?
Jury.
Yes, those people, the judge, however, whatever they do, I would like to think that they really just tell him to get the fuck out their face. But you can't sue anybody for anything in America because it's America. And he's now suing these fucking people for killing their child. Ooh, that's how I want everyone to remember it. So he's suing these people for murdering their kids.
So what happened to him after the fact? Didn't he
did
do some dumbass shit?
Yes,
like some domestic violence?
Yes.
You are not a liable citizen to be suing anybody for anything. You are foul. You're disgusting. You should be locked up. Why isn't he locked up for domestic violence? She didn't file against him?
She did, and I don't think she filed. I think she just called the police. They came, they situated it.
No, you know what? I take that back. Because you know what? It's a very sensitive spot about women who get abused. And I know it takes some time for you to get to where you need to get to. So I'm not going to be insensitive to that. But what I am going to bring to the public is this is the same man who killed a kid who had an Arizona. Regardless of whatever, he was not police, and he was not involved with the police. He was not a security on guard. He was a neighborhood watch, random ass man who decided to take matters in his own hands and kill a person. kill a child. So while we're going through all of this shit of defamation of character, his character was compromised when he chose not to do the right thing by calling the police.
He did call the police, and they told him, leave him alone.
But he did not. He didn't do what he was supposed to do.
You didn't do what the fuck you were supposed to do.
That's not your role.
You went and played police officer, killed the kid, and now you want to sue his fucking parents.
Since you can play police officer, we can play that your ass is defamation of character, nigga. Right.
So I'm just hoping that in the whole situation, we just everyone involved looks at it for what it is. Trayvon Martin's parents, he put out a very, very, very eloquent press release replying to that. He was just like, I feel like I heard the deep sigh in it. We're gonna just ignore him. There's no way he would do this. I hope everyone sees this as ridiculous as it is. There's no basis for this. This man has been in trouble multiple times. Like it was last year, the year before, he was auctioning off the gun he used to kill Trayvon Martin. Like he's doing things like this, and no one can, because these aren't illegal things. You can auction things off. He can do this type of shit.
So why he not dead yet?
And no one's suing him for
all
his
the
fuck
niggas
shit.
Is so upset about this shit. Why is he still alive? Like, how many people do you know? Like, okay, cool. You, one of your cousins died, right? And you know who did it. You telling me ain't finna be a hit out on that nigga just on some random, like, I know my cousins, they crazy type shit. I know my family. If anything like that happened to any of us, something would have happened to him. Maybe a fucking bust lip or something. This nigga is floating around the planet.
I think it's gonna happen eventually.
I mean, they're definitely letting this shit right out. Like, it is very strange that he's still alive and well, doing really despicable things. But at the same time,
or no?
What? But at the same time, it's just like this man's disrespect has like no bounds, and I just feel like I'm very proud of Trayvon Martin's parents, because they obviously they didn't say anything. Their lawyer, came in and said something, but I feel very bad for those people, and it's kind of one of those things. It's kind of like once you really, really click into how fucked up somebody is, you're just like, there's just no point in even going back and forth with him. So they just ignore him. And it's like, are you bored, bitch?
I think he's just trying to stay relevant.
Definitely.
Yes, because he keeps doing...
Work. He's
George Zimmerman.
He can't work. Boom. So it's like he's, you have bills, you're going broke.
And that's basis also for his fucking lawsuit. It's just like, whatever. But it's like, my nigga, had you killed these people's kid and fucking disappeared off into the whatever... it'd be a different situation, because we might have just probably took it as maybe it was just a combination, a recipe for disaster, a gang of really unfortunate things that took place, and this young man lost his life. But after literally months after that, you beating a bitch up. A little bit after that, you arguing about something. You like him after some shit about killing niggas. He had some shit like that he posted or liked. Then you auctioning off the gun, and now you want to sue his parents. It's just like it's so much insult to injury. This is like the textbook definition of that type of situation. And I just I feel terrible for Trayvon's parents, but they're handling it well. Shout out to the lawyer and that well written little shindig there, but I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him. He's still kicking. We'll see where the speech goes. I'll update you folks. All right, next, I saw this yesterday. It says the Nutcracker, for the first time ever, they in New York, the New York Nutcracker, like the live one, they have a black lead for the movie or for the play. Now, I've never seen the Nutcracker. Let me say that. So I don't even know the premise of this whole scenario. But the lead is a black girl. Now, you guys should Google this before I get, or you can do it while I'm talking about it. She is black, from what I've been told, according to the topic. She does not look black to me. So I'm not saying she isn't black, but I'm just saying the praise of it on some, we finally got a black lead for whatever. It's just like, she don't really look black though, fam. Like, not even a little bit. Like, she doesn't look black at all. Like, I know she's black because maybe like her dad's black, and maybe he's like black in something else. So technically this does make her black, but she doesn't look black. And so let's talk about, I guess the big question is this a win for us? Because it's like, she's black, but all we're saying is we're praising the blacks that don't really look black, because she don't look black.
No.
So,
it's not a win. I don't think this is a win for us.
Okay, so my thing is, if you have a drop of black, you're black.
Right.
If you what?
If the you drop. It's like the 1%, right?
Or, yeah.
That's your thing?
That's it.
America's
thing.
Oh, okay.
So America's thing is, You can be black in whatever lineage, whatever generation. Your ass is black. That's how we see you, right? I don't care how much Italian or Irish you have in you. If you have black, your ass is black. So my thing with America, they got to do things in steps, right? They can't hit you over the head with a black ass nigga, like dark skin. Like they can't
with a fro.
Too harsh. Oh my God, we're not ready for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they have to ease their way into socially accepting cultures, right? So like everybody does white. It's a lot of Latin women, I bet, in the culture of the Nutcracker because they are pale. Mm-hmm. If they're Colombian, Venezuelan, Argentinian, they are fucking pale. Mm-hmm. If you're Dominican or Puerto Rican, your ass is black. It is what it is, right? You're brown. You have kinky hair. So my thing is, the Nutcracker is so white and so polished. They have to ease their way into, right? They have the cracker. They have to ease their way into it. So my thing is, it is a win. It's a win because she classifies as black. And they put her in the news as being black. So culturally, it's a win for, different ethnicities to be in such a high regard of a ballet. Because it's a ballet, right? The Nutcracker is a ballet, right? Guess.
A play. Yeah, it's a play. It has to be this could be a ballet rendition, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it's a mild win, and I think this is what I accept. This is what I expect from white people. So,
all right, for me, it's not a win. It's not a win because for us already, there's so much colorism shit happening between black people already, right? Dark skins are the losers, light skins are the winners, right? This is the issue for a lot of people. A lot of people who feel that way or don't feel that way. I'll give it the win on the fact that we know that some part of her somewhere is black. She does not look black at all. So if I didn't see this post on the Shade Room, I would have had no clue that she was black.
What? How does she? Okay.
I'm going to show you how she looks. Give me a second. But nothing about her screams black. So my thing is, it's a win because the Shade Room told me yesterday. Otherwise, if I had went and saw this, it would have just looked like a cute little girl playing it. But I wouldn't have got, look at our little black princess up there doing her fucking twirl. I wouldn't have got that.
So because she's not darker or brown skin, that means she's
but I see light skinned people who look black. She does not look black at all
because she's something else. But like I said, they have to highlight the black part because that's what they see. It doesn't matter how much of a percentage she is of other, because she's black, they're gonna say she's black.
I agree. Actually, I agree with both of you guys, but I'm gonna side with Leah more. And I'm trying to show I think it was yesterday or the day before that. I was watching some show. I don't remember. I don't remember the name of the show, but I'm guessing it's a recent show with Anthony Hamilton, and he has a family where he's like a
Blackish. That what you're talking about?
I don't know the show. I just be watching.
Blackish. Okay, so
Anthony
Hamilton has a show called Blackish,
where he's marketing something.
I don't know if it's the same show, but Anthony Hamilton, chunky comedian, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tracy Ellis Ross is his wife.
I'm thinking of Charlene Anthony.
The girl that played in Girlfriends?
Yes.
All right, that show.
So, Blackish.
I was looking at the kids.
The kids, like, 2 are black, and 2 are mixed.
And I'm looking at the kids, and I'm like,
see if you can.
I was literally looking at them. I'm just looking at the kids. I'm like, okay, like, they have some pretty silky-ish
They look hair. Black though.
The older ones.
She could be Dominican or Puerto Rican.
She could. I said Puerto Rican, right? But Micah said she could be Dominican or Puerto Rican. Does she look black to you? Quick. Do you look at her and it screams black?
No, but what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, Dominican Republic is right next to Haiti. Okay, they are the same. Honestly, it's like their dialect is off just by a little bit, but Puerto Ricans are Taino Indians and Moors, which are the original black people. Puerto Ricans are black people mixed with Native Americans.
Okay.
So my thing is, it doesn't. She may be Puerto Rican, bro. I feel what you're saying, but she's black, and that's what they're classifying her as.
No,
I wouldn't call her
You see her, you see black.
She's mixed.
When you saw her on the stage, you were like, look at this little black girl.
She could have been
Spanish
black.
girl.
She could have.
I thought a little Spanish girl. I thought she was Puerto Rican and Dominican.
She could have been black. There's.
She could have been black.
There's black.
Shit, Chris Brown daughter. The fuck? She's half black.
She looked like.
True.
Royalty.
Yeah.
Like she's dead ass black and whatever that girl is.
But Chris Brown
But
is.
But I hear you. But her hair.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a kink anywhere in sight. It is a long, loose wave.
His hair is good. He is silky too.
I don't want to say good.
Yeah. That's why
Okay.
You caught it.
But my thing is, we have a lineage of mixology happening there. But at the same time, her father is African American. He's not, as far as we know.
She looks blacker here. She looks black here.
Like Zendaya. Boom.
Yes.
What
right?
about Zendaya?
Yeah. Yes. What
about Zendaya?
It's not that I have an issue with it.
Zendaya
this is my real
looks
issue
more like her European people
with Hollywood or
I think you're about to tap into what I'm. Yes.
the entertainment.
Do that. Let me see what
period,
you about.
right?
Let me see what you about to do with that.
That because we've always. This isn't a new thing.
This isn't. It's what they do.
Where they're and I'm gonna use that show as an example because I really don't watch TV and. Lately I've been hanging. I've been home, so it's like I'm.
Right, you ain't got
they
shit
watch
to
a lot
do.
of TV, so it's like I'm seeing shit. I'm like, this is kind of good because it's portraying a family that's
the blackish
quote
one?
unquote black and
Mixed.
and they're doing well, right? And another show I've been watching is the have and the have-nots, and you have a black family that's affluent,
darker than the other one.
et cetera, and which is a good thing. I like to see that because it's like on a regular day, I'm around a lot of black people that are doing well.
Right.
And it's not drugs or scamming, or like really doing
Really
well.
doing well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I like when they highlight that on TV.
Right.
But my issue is that for the longest, when they do have those black families, especially the kids, they're always going to throw some little silky haired kids on there.
Yeah.
But this is the issue, though. When you and I were growing up, we
Straight black.
how they were portraying it on the media is that
Froze.
pretty was the little
Light
white
skin.
kids.
Oh, right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, we're throwing black in there, but I'm looking at my daughters who do have kinky hair.
Right.
And,
I
and my
totally
daughters
agree.
are fairly on the lighter side still. But let's just say somebody that's because my kid's mom is light skin or however you want to say it, right?
Right.
Right.
Let's just say
Yeah.
the dark skinned child that's looking at it now. It's like
That don't look
okay,
like-
yeah, they don't have the white girl that's pretty, but now what is TV showing up?
The colorism shit that I was just talking about.
Right.
Little light
No,
skin.
I
kid
agree.
with
Highlight
the
that
curly
shit.
I
hair,
get
that's
it.
pretty. I'm like,
But-
no, throw me a nigga in there, a real
I hear
nigga.
you.
Like a nigga.
But like
that
I
cries
said,
when they come there.
No. Like I totally agree. But who runs television? Who is the majority that we see? Who is the powerful that we see every single day? They run the narrative. It goes right back to Negroes in the field, Negroes in the house. This shit has never changed. It's not changing because they're running the narrative. And so my thing is, okay, this goes back to dark skin against light skin, right? Light skin are always going to have the opportunities because they look more fair.
Yeah.
They look more approachable.
And that's what I
they
don't
look
like.
less aggressive. Because to white America, that is acceptable because I can deal with it. I can tolerate it. It's not jumping at me. This shit looks almost the norm.
Yeah.
She has a curl at her edge and at the back, and I see a little kink going on in the middle, but I can deal with that. I can suppress that. I can straighten that, right? But if you give me a brown, dark-skinned girl, that's too much for me. So for me, running a television network or something or even the Grammys, shit, it took them the longest to let a black person actually orchestrate the Grammys or the Oscars. So we're dealing with white America. This is not surprising to me. I'm not saying it's okay, but all I'm saying this is typical.
No,
this is what happens. You
understand
know what
that
I'm
it's
saying?
typical, but
So for them to highlight that she's black, this is supposed to be a win for us. So we're supposed to feel good, right?
I don't feel like it's a win.
And we're not supposed to. They feel like we feel like it's a win. So it's not them trying to cater to our needs as much it is to cater to their egos, right? let's give the black people a little bit, but not too much, because we can't give them too much. That's the way that I'm seeing everything. And so we know that black skin, light skin is always going to be a thing, and we keep posting these things about natural hair. Yeah. 4A is just as important as 3A. We're doing that shit with hair types now.
I don't know what the 4A is.
And you wouldn't. But everybody watching, if you have a looser curl, you're highlighted more in the natural hair community. Natural hair is kink, curl, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to highlight you more because your shit looks more like Celie in the color purple than it does Lil Mama from Selma, the one who played in The Great Debaters, the light-skinned one with the long hair, who's a sister of the nigga who played off of Empire.
Selma Smollett.
You feel me? So it's always going to be a colorism thing.
So it seems like we agree on the same thing, but it's just like we're on some, I'm not, this to
You're
me.
Not moved.
Yeah, like I'm not moved.
No, yeah.
So I get what you mean. Yeah, I get your thing where it is a win, but to me, it's like
for them, to us, it should be a win.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. Yeah, it's not for me because I'm with you where it comes into what we're gonna celebrate regardless is that this little black girl has finally opened the door to something that everyone else didn't. But I'd be more impressed for them waving and stamping this black girl shit everywhere if they had she did, because she, like I said, she looks damn near Puerto Rican or something to me.
She's mixed.
Yeah,
she's mixed,
right.
Actually.
But if we could have even had like a light skinned black girl on there. That just looks a little, that just pops out a little black. Maybe the hair.
But I'm telling
you. But my thing is, if we're gonna ease
the light
it,
skin could be black and white.
But I was with you. I was like, let her, because to me, if you do put a dark skinned black girl on there, then to me, this says everything needs to say. Light skinned black people, the ones that I know don't seem to be fazed by dark skinned black people coming on shit. It's us, the dark skinned black people. Yeah. That's just like, we never really get the whatever. It's the light skinned ones that get it. So put one of us on there. If you put us on there, the whole motherfucking thing win, because you got the darkies out and the rest of them following. Then you can claim all this first black girl and all this other shit you're trying to do.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the whole, because basically it's breaking, it's giving you an idea of who's controlling it, right?
Yeah.
So when I look at something like that, it basically reminds me of the whole house nigga versus.
That's what I just said. It's separatism.
Field nigga, right?
We
agree. When you look at a Tyler Perry movie, like, yo, you know what? The majority black cast, this have to be Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the only way we can have a majority black cast. It has to be Tyler Perry.
Right.
So when I see the little light skin one, it's like, oh, they're throwing one in there to draw.
Yeah.
No. Did you guys see Queen and Slim?
Yes.
See, like, I want to see Queen and Slim.
Dark.
Like,
that's what you want to see.
Like, that's what I want to see.
That's what you want to see.
When you start doing that, I'll fuck with you. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fuck with you,
and we're,
because you're going against the grain, quote unquote.
And this is where it's like, when you first see this off rip, it's like, I double tapped off the trend because it's a win on some. And I'm a mother of a little girl. So it's like, shout out to the little girl, right? And all that. But it's like, that's where it stops for me. It's not, I'm not overly happy and overly excited because it's like, you motherfuckers think you slick. It just doesn't really work that way. To me,
I hear y'all. Like,
she's not easily identifiable as a goddamn black girl. So what are you trying to prove?
Identifiable, no.
And then it's like, and then I hate when we sit there. I don't think us. It's like, on the strength of not making the little girl feel bad, then we need to take it as a win.
That's what I'm saying.
But on the strength of, but on the bigger point, like, stop trying to pacify us by doing some shit like this. You're still taking what makes you feel comfortable, which is somebody that's light enough, and then you're sitting here trying to come stamp this shit in my face on some. Well, look, we got a black girl. Aren't you black people happy? No.
Yes.
We know what the fuck you're trying to do.
And that's what they will always do because they still control the narrative. And that's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, they control the narrative. They control what we're supposed to feel, what we're supposed to not feel. And so if we're really thinking about it on a grand scale, the fact that she has black in her at all, like I said, white people see black. If you have a drop, you're black. That's the way that they think. You feel me? You can be 97% Irish. If your grandfather was black, you're black. That's I'm not. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not downplaying what they're doing.
No,
it's strategic.
It's not that. But even if that's the case, I get that. But if you look at somebody who has a drop of black, you don't look at them and know they're black unless they mama black, or you really sit there and dig deep.
I get it.
And see, you know what I'm saying? Somebody
I get it.
You wouldn't even know. It's people that's black that you don't even know.
Mariah Carey.
Especially Mariah Carey. Her daddy's black, I think.
Boom.
Like one of her exact parents are black.
That you said that.
That's my point.
Back to the situation. At the end of the day, Mariah Carey is completely white woman narrative, right? Halle Berry, she is black and white. Mariah Carey, she is black and white. Fucking the one
Obama,
Denise, who played off of
Lisa Bonet,
black and white. Like there are many of them that look more other than they do black.
Halle look black to me.
But they identify as black.
And Lisa as black.
Yeah, they choose Lisa Ray. Shit, they choose to identify as black. Their skin is fair, and yes, their nostrils, maybe their hair texture. We don't know. They got perms. They live a certain lifestyle. They have to put on a certain persona. So we don't know what's really going on. But my thing is, the moment that you're any percent black, white people view you as black. You are automatically lessened. So they're not one-upping us. They're making people feel comfortable by putting them in mainstream shit. And this is not to appease us, because Leah is not moved. It is to appease us. But I'm saying, you're not moved, and you're not moved. So it can't be for that. It has to be for their ego. It has to be for them feeling like, okay, affirmative action. Okay, all right, we got a black one in there. All right, y'all, let's roll out. Where the Asians at? Like, I swear to God, that's how they think. But they're not thinking about us on a grand scale.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I'd rather you not do it at all.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
But that's not how they work.
But we're thinking like, fuck them. Like, fuck their ego.
I hear y'all about everyone. This shit. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about all the black people that are just like, oh my gosh, what a fucking victory for us. They can have that. For me, it's just like, okay, how much of victory is it? Like, if they wouldn't have told you this little girl is black, would you have saw this picture and known she's black? And that's my point.
I don't see it as a victory as well.
It's not. It's more offensive than anything. I'm gonna pacify you with
with the light.
And then the way they're making it such a big deal. I'm not saying don't mention it. Let's mention it. But it's just like, look, niggas, look what we finally did for you.
Yeah.
Look what we did for you.
You didn't do it.
You ain't do shit.
And I think this is why they created the show Mixed-ish, because mixed children go through worse shit than everybody else does. I honestly feel that way. Light-skinned women.
I don't.
Light-skinned. That's y'all.
I don't think so either.
But
none of us are mixed.
I feel you.
You think they do?
Cool.
We think they don't.
They're gonna get the role before you.
Exactly.
But that doesn't mean
they're gonna get the job before you.
It doesn't mean that when I'm going through life, when I'm trying to pick a fucking side, that is not hard for me.
On a personal level, I understand.
That's what I'm saying. They're internalizing these things as different. So we're going on and on about what is not black and what is black. This little girl is black. Yeah. She is. A part of her is black. And because of whatever part of her is taking over, and that's what we're paying more attention to, and that's what we're more pissed off, because she's not brown, her hair's not kinky, it's not curling or whatever. It's like, oh, you're not black enough. This goes right back to that dear white people shit. And I couldn't watch that for a long time because I thought the light-skinned girl was overcompensating, and now I know why. It's always this struggle to figure out what side you're more on. And so like I'm saying, at the end of the day, if these black people, wherever they are feeling like this shit is a win, they're rooting for the black in her. Not because of what she looks like, because of what she comes from. And that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
And our agreement, well, I think you agreed, it's the only, when I saw the post, it was double tap.
Yeah.
No, the post was double tap because, like I said, I'm a mother of a little girl who was mad because her fucking hair didn't look like Elsa. So, and Mia's lighter than me, but whatever. On the strength of the little girl, kudos to you. You're not the problem.
Yeah.
It's these motherfuckers that's the problem. So it's like, and I definitely get though where regardless of who's the problem or not, she kind of gets put in the middle because it's just like, well, you're not black enough or you're whatever. And it's just like, my thing is, if you put her up in there cool and say she's black or or just say her fucking name and let us Google and figure out that she's black if that's the case. Trying to advertise it as, oh my gosh, we got a black girl finally. And this is what she looks like. It's just like, I get you guys, but you still pick the black that you were comfortable with. It's not the black we see, I guess, are that the black that has the toughest time, the black that gets the most conflict, the black that has the most beef, the black that has the most issues. I do feel like the darker ones get it tougher.
Of course they do.
So it's like that's what our history is. Don't stop sitting here trying to fucking broadcast it all over the place, because then they almost discredit what the fuck she did. Because we're not the only ones that feel that way. It's a whole bunch of blacks that feel like y'all fucking tried it.
It's both.
And some of them probably don't even give a fuck about the little girl.
Yeah, I agree.
You get what I'm saying?
It's both.
So it's like now you discredited what this little girl got because of the fact that you want to sit here and do this. So now what's probably going to happen is because of all this type of shit, if it's not, she's 11. So I don't know how aware she is of all this colorism shit. But she's probably, this may make her either want to push more to her black side or push more to her white side. But or whatever the fuck the other side is. Something's going to happen now because of all this shit. Yeah. Something's going to happen with this kid. Who knows where she's going to go? She may either feel for us and jump on the side, which will probably have to do with her parents, depending on what they tell her, or how, how the adults around her handle it. Or she may just run to the other side because niggas like me is just like, y'all tried it. And it's like, I'm sorry, baby girl, you're not the beef. It's really these motherfuckers sitting here trying to do that. But at the same time, I can definitely see how that's not easy for an 11-year-old to comprehend. She won't get it. So I don't know. Again, like I said in the beginning, it's always round of applause for her.
Yeah.
It's the fucking people
I'm happy for her.
Yeah, we're happy for the girl, but it's like, you motherfuckers need to cut the fuck out. Stop sitting here trying to throw shit in my face like it's just
and they probably won't.
And you know what? Yeah. Now I think about it, that might be low-key the root cause of the whole light skin
but it is
black skin, because I have nothing right. I didn't say nothing about the girl. I have nothing against her.
We said we like
the white people on top.
Those
choosing the light skin over the dark skin. Yeah.
And then the way they promoted it. You get what I'm saying?
I'm a capitalist. I understand why you have a white cast.
Right.
Because if my money was invested in that, if we're so-called 13% of the population, I understand why you can't have 13% of a black population and you having 50% of black actors for what? These crackers don't want to see us.
It's more white. It's more white.
My majority.
Yeah.
So like I understand. So it's like if you're not gonna do it at all, cool. I watch movies where the whole cast is white.
Yeah, because that's a good movie. That's a good movie.
But don't try to like pacify.
You're
us.
pacifying.
They're doing that,
and I don't like that.
Throw your little bone. No, you gonna throw it or you gonna throw us.
You gonna throw that shit or you gonna vibe? Like just chill.
You know what I'm saying? If you're not gonna throw us. Somebody like
I don't like being the pacifying is what's pissing me
off. Don't throw something that you feel
right. And so my thing
because it's insulting almost.
So my thing is it's not what it should be. It is what it is. Right. What it should be is you should not be pacifying me. You should not be making me feel like, oh yeah, I done won some shit. I done won up, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Oh, we made it.
Like here's a bone.
That's the should. But what it is what it is.
Yeah.
And
but that's always the case.
Okay, but Leah,
like niggas shouldn't cheat on us, but they do. And it's not. It's like we know that.
And like I said, I'm going back to what it is. And what it is for white America, what they're thinking in their minds, you have to be able to be on the other side, right? Yeah. They're the powerful. They're the majority. They're the ones that are appealing to 78% of the fucking population in America. What I'm gonna appeal to is, you know what? I bet nobody noticed. There's a lot of mixed fucking couples going on in the commercials. Does anybody notice that shit?
I just saw a really good mixed commercial.
I don't think anybody knows.
Yeah,
and you know, the majority of the time, it's a black woman and a white man.
No. You're right. It's
in movies,
woman.
In commercials. Yeah, and every now and then you'll see a black man with a white woman, but not really, because that's their worst nightmare. So like I said, this is basically going off of their fears, off of their wooing. Let's woo them, woo. Okay, we see y'all. Okay, and I hate this shit just as much as y'all do, but what I can do in this regard is I can only feel bad for people who are only human to a certain degree, right? I don't view them, I don't view what they do as humanistic. I don't. Because from jump is genocide. They don't understand people. I don't think they understand people. They understand themselves. And they think they know what we would like or what we wouldn't like, but what they're trying to do is, all right, affirmative action is alive. Like I said before, I'm appealing to a certain thing because she is maybe 12% black, but 78% she's fucking Italian, or she's Irish, or she's fucking Russian. But you know what?
Majority.
Let's throw her in there. But that's never, the narrative has never changed. It's always been light skin over dark skin. That's why I'm not really up in arms about this shit, because it's always been that. Every lead role, even in the new show Netflix, Raising Dion, what does his mom look like? What? Alicia Keys. She's light skinned like shit. And you know what? He's brown. And Michael B. Jordan is his father.
Don't even get
me
started on Netflix.
But that's what I'm saying.
Netflix showed me their agenda.
But that's what I'm saying. Everything that comes out and is super popular, blah, blah, blah. The woman is not a dark skinned woman. It's just never been that. And so because paying attention to the way stardom works and Hollywood works, blah, 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 they're easy to work with. They're blah, 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 like whatever. So my thing is, I'm not shocked. It's not that I'm not on your side, but the side that I'm thinking about is the oppressor side. And the oppressor side thinks that they do something good. I'm not saying that they are, but that's just kind of like what I'm speaking to.
The only reason I said they're not doing nothing at all is because they've been doing it.
Exactly.
It's nothing new.
If it would have been a new thing, I'm like, oh, okay, we're making progress.
Yeah, it's nothing new.
Look at Living. What's the name of that show? Jada was in it.
It's not Girlfriends. Living Single.
Living Single, right?
Jada was in Living Single.
Different World.
Jada was in Different World,
right?
Love
what's the main
Whitley
and Dwayne.
We had Whitley in the 90s. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So it's like it's been like that. If it just started, I'm like, okay, we're making progress. But it's been like that. They've been throwing a bone. Like, okay, listen, this one. The majority of our audience doesn't have a problem. They're not gonna have that big of a problem with her because she's still black, but
yeah, Denise too.
It's close enough.
Yeah,
it's close enough. So they're not gonna necessarily lose their hardcore audience.
Yeah.
But my point to all this is every point that you've made about all this, it's like we all know this, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I won't say we all, but we in this little conversation here, I fully understand the agenda. The bottom line is our response is to me what matters. So this is a win for us. Thank you. We appreciate it. Or don't pacify us with that bullshit. Like, do what you're doing and we appreciate it. But don't sit here and make it seem like, oh my gosh, we gave you guys a black. Like, no.
I know.
No. It's the response to it. They're going to do whatever the fuck they want to do regardless. And we get that. They're going to do what they want to do for whatever the reason is. It's been happening, the agenda, whatever the fuck. It's the response to it. The response to it is it's a win.
From us, right?
Yes, it's a win.
So
we're
black
happy.
people
It's
is
like,
the part that you're really upset with. Is it the black people?
That's
me? Yeah.
No, to me,
I thought it was the other.
No, because they're going to do what they want to do regardless. It's irrelevant.
So that's what I didn't get.
It's the response to it. It's like, don't pacify me. Don't pacify me with that type of shit.
Over there. We're gonna go
don't do that. Like
Tyler Perry, and we're gonna
cool.
go.
So the black people are like, oh my god, yes, win. You're talking to those people?
Yes, for me.
I don't know if Leah's talking to those people.
They've done what they've done. What is the response from the people?
And the people said what?
My response is
we have a win.
I don't like that.
And my response is it's not a win. You're pacifying.
It's not a win for black people. They're pacifying you.
Yes.
Stop praising
don't
them.
pacify
ultimately,
that.
Ultimately, it's what we feel.
Yes, that's it. It's if we all responded and said it's fuckery.
Right. We were taking it.
Cool.
So if it comes across by the 99% of black people, it's a win, it's a W. Then it doesn't matter because as far as they're concerned, it's a win and a W. So guess what the fuck they gonna do? They gonna keep doing shit like that because it's a win.
It's not different. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so what I'm saying is it's not a W. You're pacifying us.
Again.
Stop it.
Stop
again.
Pacifying us.
It's like if you keep taking the same shit, you keep doing the same things, you get the same response. You keep doing the same behavior, you get the same results.
But you have to
so black people stop being pacified.
The majority of black people are pacified.
So stop being pacified. That's the real conversation. It's not about what they're going to continue to do. It's how we're gonna respond to them. So if that's the case,
my response to them.
Black people,
that's the reason.
The ones who think it's a win,
they threw the bone in there. It was like, oh,
and somebody been complaining.
And they caught it.
Yeah,
somebody been complaining.
We're happy about it.
Exactly.
Somebody been complaining.
That's the issue that I have with it. It's
so
like,
you're happy with the
not
response from black people, not from the throwing of the bone, because they've been throwing bones. No, that's not new.
They can do whatever they want to do. I don't care about that. I don't.
Okay.
See, this is the thing with me. The whole the KKK, this and that. I don't have an issue with them. Mm-hmm. You're allowed to feel however you feel. You want to feel. Because there's a lot of things that I don't like. Mm-hmm. I could never tell somebody what you're supposed to like, or because that's something you can't change.
Right. Yeah.
If I wake up to them like, listen, I just don't like y'all. There's nothing.
Like Omarion. I'm sorry.
There's nothing that's gonna.
I don't want to be with you.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Like, I think yesterday or something, I was having a conversation with a friend, which she really reminds me of you, Michael. And she's like very brilliant, but her thing is she always end up in these business situations with black people, right? And it usually fucks her over. And what I was telling her, I'm like, listen, money has no color. It's green. It doesn't see white. It doesn't see black. It does have a color. Right. So it's like you're brilliant to where you can generate a lot of money, but you just choose the wrong people.
Yeah.
Go wherever it takes you, right? Wherever it takes you, make the money. When you have the money, you decide if you want who you want to
invest with or who you want with. So are you saying that she has trouble with black businesses? Like when she gets in business with black people, she has the most trouble? Is that what you're saying?
That's what she's dealt with. And
she only deals with black people. So she won't deal with white people.
Yeah, so she just continues.
I feel so.
Yeah, I'm like, listen,
we don't really know business like that. We trying.
For me, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. What kind of sale is it? Like me and Micah did the best, and Micah like stole my money and left, or it just didn't work out because it just didn't work out.
A lot of times it's just professionalism. Like, this person is just professionalism.
And we lack with professionalism. And I'm not gonna front. Like we have not owned for a while, and I think we're just getting back into our entrepreneurial ancestry. Like
how many generations was that whole?
It's 1940 was the last time that we were really thriving. Yeah. Right. So if we really want to think about it, like we're just getting into the confidence of what that looks like. And FAMU was going under with our financial program because we weren't HBCUs in general. Because black people are in charge of the money, we don't handle it well. And that's because we ain't never had shit. And to be honest, if you ain't never had shit, you know how to deal with it. Unless you go to school for it, unless you read about it. So if you know the economy of America, you ain't gonna understand how the dollar works. So I think that's kind of a thing that we just have to kind of like work through and be patient with. But she doesn't have to just, you know what I'm saying? Because I know what she's trying to do, and I fuck with her for that. The only way we're gonna learn to do better business is if we get business, period. So I get it. But at the same time, like, you have to be smart with your money, right? You can't help nobody unless you have enough.
I would say that.
So she got to get enough to be able to, you feel me? Like,
and the thing was, she was dealing with a lot of men, right? So what I was telling her is the same. I think I sent you that post.
That white man talking about privilege, white privilege. Right? Oh, I almost shot myself.
Where it's like, I'm not, like me, I'm the type of person where I don't have an issue with it. White privilege, it exists.
It is what it is, right?
I don't even have an issue with it because anytime you have a group of people that's in control, everybody that looks like them is going to be privileged. So if women were in power, there would be women privilege,
right?
If there's homosexuals in power,
homo privilege,
so forth and so whatever, right? So it's like, and you see in various businesses, like it might be in hotels, right? Let's just say the head housekeeper is a Jamaican.
Big up this is a fact.
Fucking Jamaicans
That's
working
a fact.
there.
Right.
It's supposed to be like that.
Right.
And I was explaining to her, I'm like, listen, if I'm the CEO of whatever company, guess what? The majority of my employees are going to be qualified black people. We're gonna throw a couple crackers in there. 1 or 2 Mexicans, 1 or 2 homosexuals to show that
a couple of Asians, a couple of Latins.
We're diversified. Basically, that's what they do. But the majority of my staff would be
is
black.
who they are.
So it's like, how can I blame you for doing the same thing? Because listen, if you're equally qualified as Becky, going for the same position, right? But Billy Bob is hiring you. You have to look at it beyond just work, just a social life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what do I know about Becky?
Becky is going to understand unseasoned meat,
right?
More than you,
right.
It's like we have more things to talk about, so it's like you hire people that's more
like you, right?
You know so it's like, I'm not gonna necessarily. I don't have an issue with that. My thing is, when you when you throw the bone, because that's all it is. It's like, if you're throwing something that is just halfway there, you're throwing the bone at me. Don't throw it at all.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's the same thing. Like I said, I'm mock them all the way.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck your shit. We don't want to be there.
We're gonna create our own. Right.
That's why I support every Tyler Perry movie. Like, listen, I love it, bro. Like, do your own thing. There's no. Because when you look at, I love the Jews.
They stay together no matter what.
And
nobody says
they have their own thing.
Nobody says, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh." Nobody else.
I be around the Amish.
Yo, the Amish.
So nobody else matters. The moment when Black Lives Matter, the moment when Black girls rock, why does it have to be a black thing? Jews do it all the time.
Bro, like,
they go to work together. They go to church together. They pray together. They go to synagogue. Like, nigga, they are separate.
Yeah.
And if you think they're not, you're a joke. So you telling me I can't separate myself from society because I want black people to thrive? Jewish people are thriving. Period. They got money. They got generational wealth because they stay together. But you want to come at me because I'm black and I'm trying to do the same thing for my own?
Touch your nose, bitch. Touch your nose.
What?
And you know what I hate? Whenever you have like some type of racial debate on a post, you have some white person that it's not about color. It's not about, no, bitch.
You better see my color.
It's not about color.
That's what makes me
We all should love each other. That's cool. We should.
All
we
right,
really
sis.
should.
It's easy for you to say.
But for today, nigga, it's about color. Yo.
All right. Well, shout out to the little girl. We're happy for her. We think you white people need to cut it out. Or whoever's up there. Because maybe it's some black people up there. Who knows if they're over the Nutcracker New York. Maybe they think this will do it for us. But it's just like you already knew how we were going to respond to that. Or maybe you didn't because a lot of people are happy. Anyway, next. T.I. Now, I don't know how much you follow this. I like T.I. Don't really know who this Whack 100 guy is. I'm guessing he's a producer or manager or something.
That's, know the funny thing
the
is...
The blue-faced person, right? He's his manager or something like that?
He's actually the games manager.
Oh.
He actually gave me one time... This was probably a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. He gave me like...
Hey, fuck it up, Mike.
He gave me a lot of followers. Because he...
Did he now?
He was beefing... Game was beefing with this guy named Stitches.
Sorry, babe.
From Miami. And they came down there. And Stitches was looking for Game, etc., etc. But you know, Game's not gonna... You're not gonna fight a little guy.
Oh, yeah.
And
Game big as fuck.
Whack 100 knocked the Game out. And I was the first one to have the video.
Oh!
And I actually posted it. I was like, that shit got me mad followers in the shade room. And I put my watermark in there in the shade room. They blurred my shit out.
And they be tagging people. That had to be a long time ago because they tag people for their shit now.
It was a couple years ago.
Yeah, they
like
shit for that.
At least 4 years ago.
Well, anyway. So, if anyone knows the story, please join in. I'm going to just give you the summaries I know. Y'all take what y'all take. Leave what you leave. I said what I said. Oh, my hat says that. Anyway. So I think I don't know if T.I. and Wack had beef beforehand. So let's just say that. But I think this initial one came up because the argument was Nipsey a legend or not? We can discuss that later. But I love Nipsey. Rest in peace. And yes, he is. So I guess Wack, somebody asked Wack if he was, and Wack was like, nah, he's not, or why, or how it's played. And so then T.I. posted the definition of a legend and said he was that. And then this is when the drama between those two ensued. Yes? Am I correct so far?
I agree with Wack. First of all,
not a musical legend.
I don't like
okay.
Wack 100. I'm not a fan of him.
Yeah.
Because he's old enough to be a nigga grandpa, but he indulges in like every single kitty beef,
maybe he's trying to stay relevant.
But how he explained it,
I didn't hear his explanation.
His explanation of why he said that, I agree with what he said, because basically what he said is like he's not a legend because he said something like when Nipsey died, Nipsey had 1 million followers, but basically he was going off of stats. It was like when he was alive, he didn't have no Grammys, etc., etc., etc.
Right.
And he didn't have no crazy followers. Once he died, it's like y'all decided to love him. So it's like, how could you say he's a legend after he died? So in that aspect, I get it. T.I., I don't fuck with T.I. because T.I., he's too old.
We about to get on his ass
to be getting into everybody else's shit.
He's staying some shit.
It's to the point where he's looking for clout. But I kind of get what he was saying. I don't think it was disrespectful to his I forgot where he actually had the full interview.
The snippet I saw with the non-legend thing, I thought it was just like he was walking by and like at some event and they did it, but he had an interview at a radio station, and I saw a snippet of that. Absolutely. And it was, I guess they were mad because like I think it was Blueface or somebody didn't like post a rest in peace Nipsey type thing.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to. You definitely don't have to. But I guess I saw an interview or saw a snippet of him saying the guy that is accused of killing Nipsey, he did what he was supposed to do. Like this is what niggas do in the hood. He explained that.
Wax explained
and
that.
I heard that, and I was like, I hear you, and I get it. Let me not say I get it because I don't know gang life.
Right.
I'm not affiliated. However, hearing him give the whole explanation, it's just like Nipsey's gone now, right? And that's how the gang shit works. That's lame as fuck to me. No one's gonna agree with you all the time. You got locked up for some high tech shit or whatever the fuck this guy allegedly did, and you came out in 5 minutes. If I'm not in the gang, and I'd be looking like, well, how the fuck did he get out after killing 66 people? That's weird.
But
yeah, it sounds like that's what the fuck he did.
You have to understand who you like. Your words. You can't just talk to anybody and just expect like there's not gonna be a reaction.
I agree.
It's just like I tell my sister, I'm like, listen, it don't matter what a nigga do to you, don't put your hands on no nigga.
Period.
Don't do it, girls.
I'm gonna take care of it. Because
the
minute you put your hands on a nigga,
you liable to get whatever it comes to it.
Yeah, box up.
You don't know what what type of nigga you did.
Charlemagne says it, and I added to my list of things to live by. You can do whatever you want to do to somebody, but you cannot then tell them how to respond to it, and it's a fact.
And that's what Wack was saying. It's like, listen, but basically in that interview, he was breaking down. He's like, you have the, you got the hustlers, you got the get money niggas, you have the shooters, you got the fighters, etc. And he was saying is like, if he would have said that to the get money nigga, the get money nigga would need time to go hire the shooter. But he's like, you said it to the shooter. So
he just shot.
He's not gonna take no time to go and just pop you. So it's like, I don't normally, like 99% of the
you
time,
don't agree,
anything that involves Wack 100, I'm like, yo, you too old. This nigga like almost 50.
Yeah, every time I hear his name, it's in some shit like this.
Some beef, but how he explained it, I'm like, I understand what you're saying. I understand what he's saying.
All right.
As far as, because his thing was based on stats.
And, okay, my thing is, I hear you based on stats, but since he's died, they put the legend hat on him. Yeah. And I think you can do that. A lot of
people didn't know him.
Yeah, but I think you can do that. It's like if he's died and based on what he's done and the impact, I think what would mean a lot is my ex got me into Nipsey. He was a fan of Nipsey, so he got me into Nipsey. He'd play this, and then I was more drawn to Nipsey's with him in London, and what him in London had, and I'm sure they had their drama and their beef, but I really admired the way they were always together, or every little video I saw of him making sure she was straight. I'm really big on niggas protecting me, so that meant a lot. Little things like that. So whatever the fuck your reason was for getting into him, he had fans, and I've heard Wack and the nigga who shot him, which I ain't heard niggas say nothing. So Wack at this point is the only fucking person that I've heard say anything negative about this nigga ever at this point. And you've heard funny things. Well, he wasn't really the nicest guy all the time. And yeah, he had his ways. I never heard nothing bad about this nigga.
What Wax said was,
he explained it well, like you said.
My own opinion of him, right?
Wow, Wack? Nipsey?
Yeah.
Nipsey.
All right, this is how I found out about Nipsey. Well, I always knew about Nipsey, right? Like for the longest.
Right, me too.
Like I know a lot of people from Cali and stuff. So it's like I knew of him, but I was never like, I wasn't in tune.
You didn't listen. Yeah, you didn't listen to his music and all that.
The first time I really like got into him, it was on a finance channel, and he had an interview in Germany talking about cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't see him before.
Yeah. I see this.
And he was talking about cryptocurrency and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, like it's a sharp dude, and then. From then, I'm like, okay, I remember I see the name or whatever, so I started looking up more, and then I started listening to music more. And to this day, like Double Up, that's like my top 5 favorite song.
It's a very good song. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But
he got one with Conscience that's really nice. I love that song. Yes, I will find it for you.
Yeah, like for me, it's like Double Up. All day, I'm gonna listen to that. But my thing with him is. And I've been around, I don't know if it's because I've been around a lot of people like that. It's like, okay, everybody, once he died, everybody jumped on the wave.
Exactly. That's what happened.
He's just so powerful. And to the point where they closed down his store because of alleged alleged money laundering or whatever the situation is.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And everybody's like, oh no, they're just trying to blackmail him. But I'm like, listen, bro. I personally to this day know a lot of positive niggas that do their own
right.
shit.
Doesn't mean he's not a positive nigga.
I'm the type of person where
he does.
He probably does.
How you get your bread? That has nothing.
Your
as long as you're not pimping, you're not raping nobody, you're not molesting nobody.
Yeah.
Deadass.
Human trafficking type shit.
You want to scam, sell drugs, etc. Get your bread.
Do you, boo?
That got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? So what Wackwood 100 was saying is like, which is the truth. Everybody got on the Nipsey wave.
They did
once
after the fact.
Nipsey died.
But okay.
So does that really make you a legend? I don't think it does.
I agree. While that's understandable, I say this: how many rappers have died? A lot of rappers have died. We don't jump. Everyone doesn't get this type of, oh my gosh, rest in peace, we're so sad type shit as he does. Niggas die every day. It doesn't happen the same way with everybody.
Right.
And so it depends on what it is.
Hype around it.
But why though? Like that's what I'm saying. We wouldn't have put hype around
an unpopular person when he died.
Who was unpopular?
Me.
Okay.
Because when he first died, there was a lot of rumors of, oh, this one shorty was like, oh, somebody sniped them and shit. I'm like, yo, like seriously, somebody sniped them. You know
and he got a lot from that Dr. Sebi thing. They were saying
and I'm a fan of Dr. Sebi,
and that's why they feel like he got outed.
I'm a big fan of Dr.
They think
Sebi.
they hired this nigga.
A lot of the things they were saying with the hired shit, I'm like, come on, dog. Like, it's not an uncommon. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Like, this girl I used to talk to. She's from Cali. Like, she literally lived on the next block from this nigga. Like, she's big fan. And she's telling me like she was like really upset when he died. She's like, listen, she's like, yo, I know this nigga's enemies. Like nobody would touch him. I'm like, my nigga, I grew up in the hood. There's no such thing as nobody's untouchable. Cause all it takes is that one pussy ass nigga that you think's not gonna do nothing.
What happened in Power?
Crazy.
I thought Tommy was gonna fucking die.
And he's gonna do that
Them
shit.
two
like,
dumbass niggas, right? They can't wait for their moment. They can't wait.
They can't wait for
their moment. They can't wait for their moment.
I didn't say like, oh, you know, the whole conspiracy theory. I'm like, I'm not ruling it out. It could
I'm into conspiracy theories, but yeah.
I'm like, I'm not saying it couldn't.
Right.
Like, come on, you can't just automatically jump. He's in the hood.
I was sitting there like, oh my gosh, did they really kill him for this? Because I'm into conspiracy theories, so I was nervous about it. But I heard somebody who was allegedly either his homeboy or on the same side he's on or whatever the fuck. He was just like on some hood shit. That's just some hood shit. Like that's so he made it very clear. He was like, and this happened like either the same day or the day after Nipsey was killed. This little snippet came out. He was just like, Nipsey called this nigga a snitch. He was offended. They go around the corner. He's like, yeah, some pussy ass shit, but that's literally just how the fuck shit go in the hood.
Yeah, because it's life over everything. Like, I can silence you
in public and all that other shit.
Greater than God, and nobody's.
I'm gonna silence you.
And he thought, and Nipsey definitely thought it was the case, being in front of his place, and it's unfortunate that happened. But I don't know. For me, I guess what made me so sad about his situation was I got into him maybe literally like I'd say 7 months before he died. Like it was that soon. But I've always seen him and Lauren together. Like I always thought he was fine, like way back when. But I didn't know his music, anything. And my ex is like, nah, Nipsey good as fuck. And like when I heard that he got shot, I called the guy I was doing at the time and I was just like, Nipsey got shot. He was like, you're fucking lying. I was like, no, they said he got shot like 6 times. And then I just sent him a video the day before of Nipsey and Lauren London. How well does Nipsey and Lauren London? Like all these, like we liked them, we admired them, right? So that's why it affected me so bad. I was like, damn, that's so crazy. And then I'm a huge Tupac fan, so I see all the little correlations people keep putting there, and I was like, I definitely see the correlation a little bit. I see it.
Tupac died in '96, right?
I was 6.
96?
I thought it was 5.
Up until 2007, couldn't nobody in this... I will sit there and argue with you all day
about Tupac.
Why Tupac is in Cuba chilling. And
me too.
Y'all change your mind?
He went back to another land.
Because, it's almost 7 years.
It's 2 times.
7 years. It was he after 7 years is basically what's the thing?
Reincarnation.
You're legally whatever is dead, right?
Yeah,
after
you can't get charged for some
double jeopardy.
You thought he was gonna come back after 7 years.
So I'm like, all right, this thing ain't coming back. Well, like, fuck am I writing for him for?
So
coming back.
So my thing with Nip.
Does a lot of it make sense?
My thing with Nip is like legendarily musically, no. And I say he wasn't a music legendary because when I think of legends, I think of Tupac and I think of Biggie and I think of people.
Prince came to mind for some reason.
And Prince,
I think of Prince
Michael Jackson.
Even before Michael, I think of Prince. I love Prince.
Like, let's think about it. I think
love
about
Prince.
Tupac, Biggie, Prince. No, even before Prince, Michael fucking Jackson,
Whitney
James
legend,
fucking
baby.
Brown.
Whitney
like,
is,
Whitney
I love me
Houston.
some Whitney.
I think of all these people who have made a lasting stain musically on people, and he didn't do that for me yet. I didn't hear about him
Nipsey?
until he died.
Yeah.
And she was talking to a nigga who was on him already. The nigga I was fucking with still on Outkast. So if you really want to think about it, like musically where people are in their life, like it could really, do something different to it.
Okay, so a debate just with this whole legend thing on the same lines is like
Musically.
People put Andre 3000 up with the greats. Andre 3000, I think he's only had one solo album ever.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Andre was like,
but Andre is
but you got niggas like Wack who sit there and run you the sacks. Outkast did great.
Yeah,
and that makes Outkast a legend.
True.
That doesn't. Yes, if you're going to have stats, he only had one album,
and that's cool.
And Andre, he'll do a feature once every 3 fucking years or something like that.
But think about how hard his features went, and that's what I'm saying. So think about T-Pain, right? T-Pain,
I give T-Pain a little goatness. I love T-Pain.
T-Pain and Lil Wayne in 2011 was dumb. Like, these niggas was on everybody's song. I'm like, I can't hear a song without hearing T-Pain or Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? So like,
what's it called? 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz had his.
I don't remember.
He had a little stint. He got a little right. Titty boy all the time.
Titty boy. So I love 2 Chainz.
Me too. We do. Like
I just talk like him all the time.
Yes, you heard that song?
All the time. 2 Chainz. Nigga, I can alternate like
great.
that
so
all day.
Great.
But my thing is, when I think about
Nip,
when I think about Nip, I think about community. I don't think about music.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
I think about what he did to the people around him and how he motivated and what he did every single day to make sure he was ensuring a future for his community.
Right.
And that's what I care most about. And if he's legendary for that, hell yeah. Right. I'll give that to he can get the Nobel Peace Prize. Shit. Mm-hmm. I will vote for that nigga. I would dead ass vote for him because it's bigger than what's going on around me, because our community needs to succeed. We need to invest in ourselves. Musically, nah.
But then to me, that's when I feel like this Whack 100 guy is his name. Because it's like,
you whack as fuck.
Yes, you whack as fuck for that, because it's like, I hear what you're saying with music. Regardless, I don't know what stint they were coming off of, but if you can say we'll give him a legendary thing off of everything this man stood for publicly and the shit he was then a legend is a legend is a legend. If it doesn't have to be musically, like, don't nobody call me a legend for shit. Not for my music, for my kid, for my lotion consumption. Like, I don't fucking get that for anything. But if he can get it for the things he's done around his community, they named the fucking block or some shit after him. Literally a couple fucking days after he died.
Because what he did was
because
impactful.
of what he did in his community. And that does make him legendary. And this is why I support that. And I feel like, well, guess what? Here's a gag. Whether you feel like he's legendary or not, he's dead now. Like, he's gone. So he won't get any more stats off of you unless whatever else he'll still get. He's nominated for a couple Grammys. He'll probably win one because of his death.
Because of his death, not because of his talent. And a lot of people feeling bad because the BET Awards, they gave him that shit and he should not have won. Not that it's trash. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think he should. I
don't think he should have won. I think they reached on that because he just died.
For what?
Because they just died. I think he got best. I honestly think it was best artist. Like, I will look this shit up, and he was against a lot of people who worked. And I'm not saying he didn't work hard.
I remember him.
Rest in peace. But he got the best something.
When he was still alive,
I'll say double up. Right, as a fan, I'll say double up. If I don't know about the
that's
best
on the
artist,
Marathon album. And
if double up went up, and he won the best song.
I think it was artist.
For me personally,
But
I'd be okay with it.
When he was still alive, there was a few people. Charlemagne was one, and maybe like I don't think it was Joe Budden. It was a couple other people. When he was still alive and everything was fine, and they were like my type albums of this year. Are the Marathon, right?
Marathon was pretty good.
It was a good album. So there were people that were on him, but it's like, to me, I feel like his buzz was just getting as not for people who didn't know him. Like, for people who didn't know him, he's finally getting known. They putting him. Drake had a song with him already. Drake and Meek putting him in their fucking video. Jay-Z got him everywhere. They have, like, he was just getting up there.
Can't nobody get mad at him for winning anything. When Post Malone wins the best artist
and
over Meek Mill
because he passed away.
A rap?
Not
Post Malone.
You're talking about the other one.
Over Meek Mill.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
No way.
Weird.
But I understand.
Yes.
Because the majority of the
His
consumers
right.
of hip hop are not black.
Exactly.
So what I was saying with that was, to me, with the whack thing, it's just like, if someone asked me if he's a legend or not, I guess they asked him a question and he gave his response. But to have so much to say about someone who's already passed away and gone, it's just like, my nigga, if everybody giving him legend status and giving all his props, it's only gonna last for so long. He's passed away. There's nothing new he can do to take shine from your fucking artist or your ass or whatever the fuck it is you're trying to accomplish. So for you to go so hard on somebody who's gone, and my thing is, fine, he may not be musically a legend. Right, I can respect that, but the man he was a good guy. Yeah. He seemed like he was a decent.
He got
nigga.
awarded male hip hop artist of the year.
But that's why. But look, that's
his
whack.
album
That's
came
whack,
out and
that's
it was really
whack.
good.
If you've known Whack 100, that's Whack 100 for you. And
that's whack as fuck. He picked the perfect name.
He was basically speaking about music stats, like views, listen, Grammys. But the thing is, and I was having the same conversation during Thanksgiving with my cousins on like the whole Kaepernick thing, and he was focused on one single word and the definition of that word. I'm like, bro, like, you can't just look at the one word and the actual definition of the word, because legend, cool, we could say that, but let's use another word. Was he a martyr?
Martyr is good. That's a good word.
He's a martyr.
That is a very good word.
Which would be equal to a legend.
Right, but it
from
has
what,
a heavier
from the point that he's trying to make. Cool, if stat wise you make a point, but was he a martyr?
A martyr.
He most
he led the way. He definitely led the wave.
So we could go with that. So it's like,
he led the wave.
Whack 100 is the equivalent. It's not important. Fuck him.
Okay, well then, how this whole conversation started was him and T.I. had the whole back and forth about that. T.I. game, everybody was
no, dead ass.
Stop. We're not there yet.
And I'm gonna tell you why I said fuck T.I. With the whole comment that Kodak, when he got in the whole thing with Kodak,
I don't like Kodak.
Why?
He's ignorant as fuck.
This is the thing. You're T.I. You have kids his age. You're supposed to understand, because what Kodak said, it wasn't disrespectful. You have to understand.
Oh yeah,
you have to understand where somebody's
that.
coming from and what they're saying. Kodak didn't disrespect Lauren London. That's a child.
He didn't disrespect, but he didn't disrespect Nip either. Like, it was just like, I'm gonna give it some time.
That's what I'm saying.
It was just a funny thing.
T.I. went the wrong way around.
He's ignorant.
That's all. He's Tank, right?
He didn't mean no harm.
T.I. made a video. T.I. made a response
video. Right. Okay, that was
Tank made a response video.
Tank's was nice.
The one with Tank is, I love like,
Tank.
Kodak's gonna listen to Tank. If Kodak's looking at both of them,
you get more bees with honey.
Which one do you? If both weren't a public video, it was just a DM. Which one do you think Kodak would respond to? He would respond to Tank. Like, bro, listen, bro, that's not what I meant. This out there, they're gonna have a conversation.
Yeah.
With T.I. but you are
chastising and all that dumb shit.
Nigga, bro, it's a hot nigga. You trying him? He's not trying to have no conversation with you.
Yeah, he ready to pop up.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
what's the point of getting at somebody where you were probably the same type of nigga?
And he was
at his age.
T.I. was a pop up.
It's not a given.
No, he's not gonna try.
T.I. was a pop up.
With Tank, you have no choice.
Because you
might have seen me in a shit with nigga, you don't know me.
Like, that's not what I meant, bro.
T.I.
ASAP. I can respect that. I can respect that, because valid point. Me and Terry had this conversation back and forth, and we concluded that Kodak, because I don't like Kodak because I feel like he is very fucking ignorant. And the truth of it is, he doesn't seem to, I don't know who's around him, but no one around him has been able to
you have to
tame anything.
Into somebody's upbringing. For me, I have to look at your upbringing.
Hey,
you gotta understand your upbringing.
It seems like he's fucked. Like at this point, he's locked up and he's getting years
kid.
upon years. Where?
Fucked.
How? He's currently in prison, about sentenced to years.
Hey.
But I can understand his upbringing and how.
But influential.
He's not smart enough.
He's easily influenced.
And he's not smart enough.
I wouldn't even say his influence is how he was brought up.
I'm sorry.
You can't put smart on that. I'm sorry.
But listen. If he's smart, he won't be influenced.
Exactly.
Right? So my thing is, and that's why I say he can be smart. He can be, street savvy or whatever. But to be influenced, that's another level of insecurity and all that other shit.
And we can't throw smart on every fucking topic.
That I am smart. I'm a smart nigga. I run through these streets. I know what he want. I peep what he want. Blah blah blah. But you got niggas around you that carry guns. You got niggas around you that got cases, and they know that's not good for you. But you don't need to be around these niggas.
But your smart ass is doing it anyway. So you don't tell
nobody to back up. You don't tell nobody, hey, bro. Like, first of all, I don't trust nobody with my life, but I should not carry a gun. Yeah. He should have said that out loud.
Is he going to prison for a gun charge?
And then they should have said, you know what, bro, I got you. I'm finna go get the license, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, hire the niggas in the suits.
J. Cole said, I feel bad for you.
Yes, that song. I meant
that song. I feel bad for you. I wish you had better people around you.
Like, it's the truth.
He can be smart as he want to be.
You know what, Kodak? Where I've seen
J. Cole probably shaking his fucking head right now.
He's sad. I know he's sad and
said
sick.
That you need better people around you.
Even Drake said how much he likes Kodak. He said, listen to the whole album. I love Kodak.
Drake can't be in this conversation.
Understood.
He never lived that life.
Understood.
He did
with
not.
Kodak,
Degrassi.
right? A lot of people, like even Boosie, was like, "Oh, you need to change your surroundings." I understand
Shout out to
to a
Boosie.
certain extent,
Boosie bad,
but you have to understand, Kodak was a nigga that probably from the age of 11
or younger.
If you ever had like I've had people around me that spent time in prison.
Yeah.
To where if you understand what it means to be institutionalized, where you have a grown man where usually how you're gonna know is the type of food that they want to eat. How they make their food, like I could just sit out there and like
I heard that.
And I'm like, how they make their food? I'm like, dog, you was in the feds. They're like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when you've been around those type of people, you have somebody like Kodak that's been most likely been in the system since they were probably like 11 in juvie, in and out. Structure. They feel more comfortable in jail.
We had this conversation. Yeah, we talked about this.
Structure is what fuels human beings.
Yeah.
People think they don't want to be told what to do. It's easier to be told when to sleep, when to eat, and when to shit, and when to go to sleep. It's easy. I can be myself because I know what time this happens. Children crave structure. I personally believe adults are just big ass kids on some other shit. I really do. Yeah, I deal with kids all day, and then I deal with adults to a certain degree, and it's just like, you're 7. And you're fucking annoyed because nobody's giving you structure. Mm-hmm. So my thing is, what Kodak is craving is structure because everybody around him is nobody's telling him a direction because he doesn't know. So if I don't know what to do, I'm going to look to somebody who may know.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to go back to what I'm used to.
To what he's used to.
Juvenile.
Yeah.
Detention. Jail. Prison. That's just what it is. And they always say people who get out 40 years after, what they do?
They go right back in.
They do some dumbass shit to go right back in that shit. You know why?
They
because
can't relate to the normal world.
Structure.
I've personally seen that.
I would like to get up in the morning.
I'm like, how do you not want to be free?
Because they don't know.
I tell people every day, I'd rather be on the bottom of a bridge, broke as fuck, bro,
than be locked up.
In jail because I'm used to it. Because I feel like
you have no idea. You have no idea.
I don't know what it is.
You have no idea what that means.
Go get some commissary and just get a next meal.
But a bitch tells you to get up. All right, ding, 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 ding. Everybody get up.
Well, so that's what Kodak gives me ignorant vibes, and I get it. And
he's ignorant.
And it does come down to, I think the ultimate thing is poor kid. because he didn't have good people around him, and he still, I don't know what he got.
All he knew,
in a bad upbringing.
Yes, and then and my thing is, the reason why I refuse to give him the title of smart. It's because once you do get a certain amount of money, if you are smart, you change your circumstances. He chose not to change his circumstances, and now his circumstances are more fucked up, or maybe what he's used to, or whatever the fuck. But now his circumstances are fucked up. He'll be locked up for a couple years.
I'm not gonna say that because I understand how deep, like for me, right?
Okay.
Up until I had my kid,
he was dumb as fuck.
In my head, and I would still put myself amongst the smart ones. Up until I had my kid, in my head, I'm like, I could do up to 5 years. And this is me being a smart
You're
nigga.
telling yourself you can do 5 years in prison.
Years. It is me thinking I'm smart. Because I'm like, you know, I'm not going to go rob a corner store with a gun that's going to give me 15 years for some shit. I'm like, you know, if it's a decent amount of money, I can do 5 years. That means I put up enough money aside. I got some bread for the lawyers.
That's deep.
Etc. I'm like, that's my maximum. So anything over 5, I'm like, nah.
I can't do it.
You know what I'm saying? So like, now, for somebody that, and then you have to think of for me, like the way I'm looking at it, like I have to think of the type of crimes you were doing to give me an understanding of what your mind was in. Like you're running into houses, bro, you burglarizing. Like that was his thing in the beginning. That's what he talks about. You burglarize. You selling TVs and shit, and you're gonna go sell them.
iPads and PlayStation.
You know what I'm saying? Like, though, that's a lot of time for basically nothing. But then I'll listen. Like, I'm a big Kodak fan, so it's like this might be a lot of bias in there. But I'm a big Kodak fan. It's like,
we need his point of view because we don't have it.
He's saying, and certain songs where you really sit there and listen to what he's saying, like, yo, like you actually think, like he actually has. Like he really thinks about a lot of shit, but you can't forget the part that because I grew up around it. I've seen kids.
You're poverty stricken. Like, you can't get away from it. This is a normal
life. Like you know what I mean? Like if you've never been to jail, you think it's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? But I understand from his perspective where jail is not that bad of a thing for depending how you grew up. It's like it's a normal thing. You're supposed to go there. You know what I mean?
I get
it. You do your time and get out.
But that's the poverty stricken part, and that's the unhealthy part. And my thing is like if we're perpetuating this idea of going to jail as normalization, that's not okay.
It's not.
But I'm not. But my thing is, hey Kodak, do your thing, nigga. But my thing is,
so that's why I feel bad for him.
And I felt bad for I felt bad to a certain extent. But when he did the last, because he moved to Cali, he was like, man, I can't be fucking with these niggas. I can't go home. I can't go to Pompano. I saw that live. I can't go to Pompano. I got to stay up here. This bitch bad. I'm finna stay in my house because these niggas got me doing stupid shit. First thing he did when he got home, gun charge. What the fuck? He knew what he was doing up to a certain point. So I feel like if you keep doing the same shit, it's insanity. But you are a product of your environment. If you don't have people around you who are not about that hood shit, you would do better. You gotta have a J. Cole in your corner. You gotta have a Chance the Rapper. You gotta have different niggas from different, because they help you figure out life. You know what I'm saying? You can't figure out life who niggas who only know life the way you know life. Everybody going to jail, and it's okay. And when a rapper, go to jail, die. Like what?
And what you think about? Like I get where you're saying listening to his music because I don't. So listening to it and you're hearing the way he thinks and his thought process and all that. And this is what makes you tag the whole smart thing on him. And it's just like I hear you with all that, but it just kind of comes down to. Maybe this is what it'll take. I'm pretty sure when he comes out of this situation,
it's 3 years, ain't it?
He'll definitely. They're trying to stack some other shit on him now.
He might get more, but
he has 3. He's got 3 for sure, and now they're trying to tack some more shit on him. So they're trying to tack some more shit on him. So it's like, I get him. It's just like I kept saying before, maybe because he was famous for a couple years good now. You have money and you can finally get out of a certain environment, and then he left and went to Cali. I didn't even know that. So that to me makes it even worse. You were smart enough to realize I can't fuck with niggas in Pompano because they don't get me fucked up, and you not smart enough to just hire 3 fucking white people with suits on so they'll protect you.
He felt
you ever
out
heard
of place,
song,
bro.
You can take a nigga out the ghetto,
but you can't take a nigga out of me.
See, for me, I smoked cigarettes since I was 18.
I know.
Right? So it's like I understand addiction. So a lot of times I'll correlate that because it's like this is a way of living. I went to nursing school. So I know
that's hilarious. I did not know that.
Yeah,
I went to nursing school. So like I completely understand every single effect what smoking does to the body. So it's not even a mind thing. And I've quit smoking for like different times out of my life for a month, 2 months, 9 months, etc. And usually I get back to it one way or the other. So,
yeah.
Are you off now?
Actually, I just got back on. Yeah.
Yes.
What is your trigger?
I don't know.
Stress?
Man. Sometimes
I would assume stress.
Sometimes, but I honestly don't know.
Why not weed?
But I don't like weed.
Why?
I just don't.
Since you're on a trip, you don't want to go on the trip. You don't go to the trip.
It takes control. It takes control. So it's like I like to be in control.
I feel you.
So I don't like
Sigs do that.
Like you know, what I mean, I drink. So it's like I could be drunk and we can do anything.
Us too. We ready.
If
let's go.
But
if
like,
I'm high, I'm like, nah.
I'm just trying to figure out the nicotine.
Okay, pause. Go back to the addiction.
Trip.
We've been hopping.
I
love this.
But the nicotine trip,
I can understand.
I think it's weird.
Addiction. So he's addicted to this hood shit, and
yeah, because it's like you have to understand that this is what, and I've been.
He's poverty. He's poverty.
And the thing is, I grew up on that where all I knew was dope boys. I grew up in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? So it's like before the whole scamming era, all you knew was
we were doing that shit already.
You know, all you knew
it wasn't a name to it.
All you knew was drug dealers. That's the only way.
Yeah.
Niggas in the hood had bread. So then you grew up. It's like I can understand, and for me, I had good parents. Like I always say, if I didn't have the parents I had,
you would not be the man you are today.
At times, 9
times out of 10,
like 98% of the time. 98% sure that I would either be facing a license right now or I'd be dead. 9 out of 10 I would be dead.
Damn,
I just know which file I would have took. And that's
like, I know where I was gonna go. I was gonna go to the left.
I want to sell drugs. I want to rob a bitch. So like that makes more bread. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can I can relate to his upbringing.
Is that smart?
It's not smart.
That he's neither is he.
But the thing is, you didn't grow up like that.
But you did, and I asked you, is it smart? Because I mean, think about it. You get Kodak type money.
I had good parents.
Oh yeah, and I don't know what Kodak life was.
I couldn't come outside. See, if I was free to come outside, where it's like this is a normal life. You know what I'm saying? Like how you might see some shit. Like I've seen some real.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to go outside.
I've been around some real.
I was in the house all the time.
Well,
I went outside.
Hey,
you get what I'm saying?
Like, I grew up in Players Place. Went outside every day.
This isn't bad at all.
So my thing is,
this is not what I'm talking about.
Where I come from, this is a suburb.
I get it, but people almost getting snatched. This is outside.
Outside here
right now.
I grew up in Sistrunk.
I heard it's ghetto.
It was
there.
hard going to the Martin Luther King parade because Sistrunk was scary.
I've never been.
But like I said, Carlem, like at the end of the day, you grow up a certain way, right? And then either you go to college or you go off somewhere that exposed you to something else, right? He was exposed to something else. He knew. He went to Cali. He was like, yo, I can't go to Palma no more because then they're going to get me fucked up. They got to win. He carrying on.
But look.
But home is home.
Defend your homeboy.
Look at this.
Defend your homeboy right now.
I'm not even defending
but
him.
I'm saying home is home.
But
what do you do?
I'm trying to get everybody to get understanding.
I fuck with him. Hey,
mine.
I fuck with his mindset. Poverty-stricken people is what I fuck with. I get it.
And trust me, I'm the biggest advocate of listen, bro. Wherever you come from, bro, you can be anything.
Right.
I don't even believe in the whole how most
zip code.
No, how most parents put their kids in sports. I'm like, bro, if you look at the mathematics of football, your son will most likely never make the NFL.
Exactly.
He's gonna come out with a couple broken bones, and that's it. Right?
Might get fucking CTE if you do it too hard.
But what I'm saying is, yes, you can make it. But if we was to take a study on overall, if you take the hood, overall, of how many kids are going to come out with my type of mindset. Who's looking at the math,
bro?
Who's gonna look at the math like, nah,
they're not.
Like, bro, for one, and even though I never blame I never credit my mindset. I always credit my parents because my parents didn't let me go outside.
You have shouted them out a few times.
I never had to
shout out to your parents.
Defensive mode to be that savage.
Because you had a good home environment. Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
You didn't have to be a savage.
This is what you have to
you.
think about. I never had to be outside to be that savage.
So you a savage inside the house?
I never had to be.
You sound like me, so real nigga. You know, I'm a savage.
So now you
thinking
about
saying. You don't
Kodak
have
single
to.
parent from 6 years old.
No, I get it.
You have to fight.
I get it. And I totally understand.
We're not knocking his upbringing.
You don't have the time to think how I think.
Listen to me. The moment that you understand that it's different, and that's why he took.
But you grew up.
But babe,
you grew up on this.
You got.
It don't matter though.
Okay,
you
Leah.
grew up on defense.
Leah, he got 17 years of defense. 17 years.
Mm-hmm.
17 years straight. And let's cut that in half. Mm-hmm. Let's say 9 years. Because, nigga, you wanted to finish shit at 9. Mm-hmm. Right? You was defending whether you was going to be on the football team or not.
No, I'm not going to say that. I feel like depending, if we want to take a Golden Acres, that nigga was defending, he would have to defend shit as a Haitian at least from 6.
But I'm saying
you're on defense from 6 years old.
Okay, cool. So we'll go back.
Your life.
So we'll go.
He's Haitian?
Yeah,
he is. Stop. Oh my god. Oh,
I didn't know he was Haitian.
Whatever. So very defensive. I was gonna say it.
Yeah, but it makes it worse because we talked about how hard Haitian kids have it in school.
Boom. So let's start from 6. Mm-hmm. Cool. Let's go to 6.
Little baby Kodak.
17. Mm-hmm. I want to win and all right. That nigga winning now, right? So it's been like what 9. 10.
A lot of years.
It's been like 11 years. It's been 11 years
since
he's been
in and out of juvie.
11 years since he's been in and out of juvie. Mm-hmm. Right?
And now you with J. Cole, you with Drake, and all these rich niggas.
You done did a video with fucking Bruno Mars and Gucci.
Yeah, you with motherfucking what's his name? Travis Scott and other motherfuckers.
You moved to Cali.
Offset
and you verbatim said, "I cannot go home. Mm-hmm. Then niggas gonna get me fucked up." Mm-hmm. You said it on the live.
But guess what you're going to do when you're in Cali?
I hear you.
You're going to be bored.
I hear you. And my thing is...
Wow. No.
No.
Listen,
no, that's true.
I am a grown adult.
But if you...
I get bored.
But if
you also don't have a bazillion fucking dollars to find some shit to do.
But look.
Go to the studio, nigga. This is
kind of a hood ass nigga.
No,
I don't.
You don't want to eat sushi. You don't want to jump off a plane.
I love sushi. And I'm not jumping out
I've been around
Carlem,
niggas like, why are you doing what you're doing,
I
bro?
totally understand. And I think they feel like they don't belong. You know why? Because this shit was not granted to them day one. Right? It's new. Like I told him, I gotta go back to what's new. It's hood shit. Oh, these niggas out here robbing and what? That's my life. Mm-hmm. They do not adapt to what their new life can be. Yeah. Moving people out the ghetto. Understanding that I don't have to kill a bitch to eat. I can eat because of my talent. And that is okay. So that's what I'm saying. Like he moved to Cali and said out of his mouth, I cannot go back to Pompano. Them niggas gonna get me effed up. Yeah. What did he do? What did he do?
I mean, in his situation,
he moved back to Pompano.
I'm not gonna lie.
I thought he was gonna do better. Like
I thought he was gonna do better.
In his specific
the third
situation,
time, I was like, God damn.
That specific case, I'm like, bro, like,
how could
it was dumb. Like, why would you put the gun under your neck? Because that's the whole
yeah, it's
where did he put
it?
The gun. He has a rape charge in South Carolina, but what he's in jail for now.
I'm just playing so bad.
That's terrible, Beth.
What he's in for now is basically he tried to
Everybody hates me now.
A gun licensed under his name when he had a pending case. I'm like, you know what? You're young, maybe
you get arrested for that?
Yeah.
It seems suspicious.
No, because you lied. It's like
because you got to put that. Okay.
In my mind, like, that's pretty dumb. It's like you have so many people around you that could get that shit for you. But
that's what I'm saying. Kodak, you got too many people around you to be.
The first time he didn't use his real information. He didn't use his real social.
Oh my god.
Second time.
What are we talking? Why are we talking about him? I'm so sick of. I can't.
Next.
I feel bad for him.
I'll be honest, I feel more bad for him now than I ever have, only because now he's gotten sentenced to 3 years in prison, and there are more creeping up on him from different states. He's looking at like 30 years now. And Carlem thinks he's going to get at least 15. So now you went, and why I feel bad, I'm thinking of how the fuck he feels right now in prison. Now Carlem went to the bathroom, everybody, but I'm pretty sure while he's in prison with his other criminal brethren, I bet being bored as fucking Cali sounds really fun right now.
Yeah.
Being up in his house, eating motherfucking sushi or smoking weed because it's legal in Cali, so good for him. He should have been happy. I don't know if he smokes weed, but everybody does. I'm sure he would have a good time up there being high as a kite in public. You know, it's just like poor decisions. Anyway, to go all the way back to what the fuck we was talking about, it was all the way back to Wack and T.I. Wack,
we're out of here.
No, Wack said T.I. was a snitch and all this other stuff, and he was like, just no one's above being a snitch, something like that. T.I. was like, nigga, I'm not no snitch. Or T.I. basically, he didn't respond that way. T.I. responded with some shit like, I know what I did. And then Wack was like, okay, I'll post my receipts. And then he posted this video. This was like yesterday or the day before. He posted this video of T.I. was like, hi, I'm Tip T.I. Harris. And he was basically like, he did a whole video for like Crime Stoppers. Yeah, some Crime Stoppers thing.
They put that shit up before.
And I was laughing. It was hilarious. And I was just like, okay. Now, for me, I don't care. But in like, does this make T.I. a snitch? Like, is T.I. a snitch now? Would we classify him as?
Stoppers? I don't.
Right. Come on. It's Crime Stoppers.
That's the thing with the whole snitch thing.
It's Crime Stoppers.
Snitching is acceptable. Even in the hood, snitching is acceptable.
If it's you that, yeah. Doing it,
right?
Yeah.
And you have like the hoodest niggas they'll tell you that. It's like, if you're a civilian. Right?
Remy Ma gave me the breakdown on State of the Culture. Shout out to Remy. Remy told me what the fuck it was.
If you're a civilian, what are you supposed to do? Because this is the thing. If I'm a street nigga, right? I'm a street nigga. Boom, you kill my brother. I'm a street nigga. Fuck am I telling the police for? First of all, I don't want to tell the police because what they gonna do? They gonna give you life in prison, and you might just you get your mind right enough, you'll adjust to life in prison, and it's gonna be cool. I remember Kevin Gates said. He is laying down on the beach or looking at his oasis, and then he break it down like, I'm laying down on my bunk cell looking at the toilet water, and that's my oasis. That's what you make it.
Wow.
Right?
That's that mental shit. Yeah.
If you train your mind, I mean that's a good thing to do.
It is a good thing to do.
You will adjust to it. So if I'm this street dude and you killed my brother, why the fuck would I want to
let you go have an oasis, bitch?
And have an oasis when my brother can't have none of that. So I'm going to kill you.
Right.
But what if I'm not? And I don't want to kill you because I understand the consequences.
I'm going to go to jail.
That goes with killing you.
I don't want to go to jail.
I don't want to go to jail. You did something wrong to me. I'm
about to get locked up forever.
I've been doing right. So it's like, just to avenge my brother, I might get the consequences that you deserve. No, fuck that. I'm going to snitch on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's nothing wrong with that. You never sign no type of oath or whatever the situation is. But I have an issue with snitches, but that's if you're a street dude. You can't sit there and you go to this thing and like, yo, I need some coke. Boom, boom, boom.
Sure, here you go, Carl.
You know the fuck that goes on with that life. You know what goes on with that life. Boom, you get caught with some coke.
Now I'm telling on you.
But I'm telling
his
you.
family.
Yeah.
No, that's not right.
If anybody kills anybody I know, I'm telling. Sorry. Sorry. If I know who killed Leah, sorry. I mean, telling. If I know who killed Tarsha, sorry. Telling. Paige, Erica, my mama, my daddy. I'm in that bitch like, I know. No, but I know. I'm sorry.
But that's what I'm saying.
But you're a civilian. But you're a civilian, so it's okay.
Are you gonna kill them and risk your life?
What we in a bougie gang? Like, I just feel like
that's what I'm saying. Are you gonna kill them and risk your life going to prison for them?
I will not.
Okay, so you.
But Remy gave the same example you gave.
Remy gave a civilian. That's your job. That is your duty as a civilian.
Remy gave the example that you gave.
No oath.
I'm a drug dealer and I get my crack or whatever the fuck people do. Whatever. I get my crack from Carlem, and then now I'm locked up and it's like, yo, you facing 100 years. But if you give us up your distributor or whatever,
Telling them.
you get less time. Like, all right, well, you know, this shit, I got all my crack from Carlem. I got the pink crack, the blue crack, whatever, all the color cracks. I got all the cracks from Carlem. Then that makes you, that's the snitch that nobody likes. You the fuck nigga snitch.
That shit be hurting my heart when I see in the movies. I'm talking about the new. This it might even not be in a.
This drug deal game is so tough. I could not be a drug dealer. It's hard.
Carlem, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna tell and I'm gonna move.
No, but this is the thing.
They gonna find you.
They gonna come find me in Cuba.
On a lower level guy, right?
Yeah, keep that white girl.
Look at this.
I love Cuban women.
If Leah's moving weed, right?
Yo, I'm moving heavy.
No, little weed.
Leah.
You leaving like you probably making like $400-500 a week moving weed.
Ooh, it's not bad.
I come for some odd reason. I meet you and I'm like, listen,
I want some weed.
I got some good coke. I'm gonna give you the coke.
Too much.
I'm gonna front you the coke, and then you go make your bread and you come give it to me, right?
Too much.
You went from $400-500 a week
to
like
1,000,
and now you making a couple $1,000s.
Yeah, coke is up.
That is a blessing, bro.
That's a come up.
That's every hood nigga's dream.
I'm not a hood
nigga. I fuck
guy.
with you on that level, so I'm gonna do it for you.
I appreciate you guys.
After I do that, boom.
You
knew what the fuck you was.
I'm taking all the crack or coke.
Any nigga that's been around anything, they know, bro. You don't want to get caught with an ounce of coke because you know what comes with it. So now, I blessed you to make some money. You've been making the bread.
I didn't say about 20 stacks.
A couple of runs and give it back.
I mean, it all depends. Like, see, a lot of people.
The point is, if you got caught, it doesn't matter how much you do.
With Mexicans, that's a whole different story. You can't leave, but certain people, you know what I'm saying? So now
that's the cartel, right?
You get caught. Girl, I helped you out. I was a blessing for you. Now you get caught, but you're not trying to do all that time.
No, I have children.
Give you me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna give you my crack dealer, coke.
You're gonna take me away from my kids.
I definitely get it.
So you could go sleep with your bitch every night.
Babe,
that's a part of the.
But babe, that's a part of everything.
That's not the part of the life that I signed
I feel like the life that you've seen or signed up for, everybody need to be okay with getting snitched on. These niggas is indisposable.
That's why they make it a game. That's why they say the part of the game is not snitching. It's part of the game is
hear you
know what you signed up for and you take responsibility for your allies.
Humans are humans and humans are selfish.
And that's
and
why
they're not thinking about you and your family. They're thinking about them and their family.
On me and I have an opportunity to take care of the fuck out.
Carlem's gonna kill me. Carlem's gonna kill me because I told everybody Carlem gave me the crack. And
Carlem, it was him.
It was Carlem.
Hey,
Carlem.
Look, 30 seconds.
Carlem gave me the crack. Arrest him. I want 50 less years.
I don't like that shit.
50 less years.
I was facing 100 years.
Listen, no plug is gonna come to you and put a gun in your hand like, yo, I'm giving you coke for good price.
They do it to Ghost and Tommy all the fucking time.
Hey,
I believe it.
So listen to me.
That's how the drug life goes.
Carlem, y'all seen Snowfall?
No.
Have I?
Watch it.
My ex is trying to get me to watch it.
My boyfriend is trying to get me to watch it right now, and I think it's just too dark. Cause
I can't do all the
last episode I saw.
Oh, here we go.
They was trying. Oh my god, this nigga who was in jail for forever tried to get some information out of some nigga who was trying to give it to him, and you know what his last resort was?
He raped him. I knew it. How did I know sexual booty action?
He raped him and he bled out. And I was like, I'm never watching this again. He was like, babe, it's only harsh in the first 3 episodes. Fuck that.
Listen.
But wait, can I say it? What I'm about to say?
Oh my gosh.
What I'm about to say to you is,
why are they raping people?
At the end of the day, everything that we do is risky. Yeah. Right? None of this shit is legal.
Everything I do is legal.
Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Yeah, me too.
If I am a drug dealer and my friend's a drug dealer and my friend has better drugs than I do, I can get more money, right? So everything is self. I'm thinking about what's gonna happen to me after I come up, right?
Yeah.
So humans are selfish. They are. It doesn't matter what brotherhood and loyalty and all the other dumb shit. Like, it depends on what person you're fucking with, right? Who will subscribe to that family. If I have family, I don't need my gang. I joined the gang because I don't want to get killed. Mm-hmm. So what about those people who just joined the gang to be a part of it? So everybody will stay off their back and they don't have to defend themselves. They can walk around freely, go to school, blah, 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 whatever. I'm going to sell drugs here and there, but nah, I ain't really about this life. When they get locked up, what happens? They tell everybody because they don't care.
Mm-hmm. And then they get the same response that we're saying. It doesn't matter.
And they relocate.
But even if they do relocate, there's a whole show. What's it? What's the show that starts with O? And the funny guy, it starts with O, like Ozark. It's not all about the motherfucker relocating, but relocating, but not really. Show. I've seen like the first couple of episodes.
I love Ozark.
I heard it was good as fuck.
It's so good.
But that's what I'm saying.
He's a lame. He wasn't born into that. He came up on that because they had no money.
Okay, but think about this. A low-key consider who you're talking about. It's a kid that just moved into South Central LA. He's fucking 16, and to keep people off his back in a situation, because it's like, are you a this or are you a that? I'm nothing. Oh, you need to be something, nigga. So he has to pick. That's what you just said. Yeah. Now he got to pick one, and next thing you know, he caught up. Now, poor little kid, it's like, well,
you got to become a drug dealer, you got to stay out the game. One of the two.
But with your example is like he did it because he couldn't stay out of the game unless somebody's gonna be on his ass every day. You got to pick a side.
That's what I'm saying. And so my thing is like, if I pick a side to be a snitch, I'm clearing it. It's like these niggas get out of jail and then do what? They hope that nobody comes for them. I know somebody's coming for me.
It all depends who you snitch on.
So that's what I'm saying.
Like, you snitch on Carlem, you get fucked up.
You snitch on the right person, that might be your mom.
If I snitch on the right person, I get at least 15 years shaved off of.
Well, that's what the
higher level person
nigga doing.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the biggest issue you have.
You getting all the way out, and so that's what I'm saying.
Honestly, for me,
I couldn't.
I'm not gonna get no. If somebody snitch on me, I'm not getting no joy of killing you. I'd rather kill your parents, your kids.
And that's what they go for.
You live with that shit.
Hurt. I'm leaving.
Now imagine you living with.
Micah, I'm leaving.
I'm leaving.
Okay, that's why we gotta go back. Okay, so fine. So we don't think T.I. is a snitch for being on Crime Watchers. We're not about fucking T.I. right now. We about is he a snitch?
Yeah, we're not.
I didn't see the paperwork, so I don't know. But I personally don't care about T.I.
Okay, Micah.
Me?
We gotta stop. I gotta interrupt this one. We have to stop. It's getting a little too lengthy. Okay. Carlem, thank you so much. We're gonna just pick up on the next episode. Thank you very, very much.
My pleasure.
Of course, Micah is a delight always.
I love you.
All right. Okay. Thank you guys so much for listening. This is Let Us Say It For You. Please follow us at Let Us Say It For You on Instagram. Let Us Say It For You, just the you, on Twitter. At Let Us Say It For You on YouTube. And LetUsSayItForYou.com. Thank you so much for listening. Please stay tuned for part 2. I'm going to just pick up the next episode off of this. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.